Hello, welcome to episode 60 of Cyberpunk. Thanks very much for being with me. Well, we're on the year mark since I started this journey, way back when it began. In the first couple of 3 episodes, people were noticing how slowly I was doing things and how much exploring I was doing, and they said things like, you do realise at this pace it's going to take you a year or more than that to complete even the main story and get into Phantom Liberty. And I think I replied at that point, that's absolutely fine with me. I don't mind, because I was just having such a blast. And I'm getting people now occasionally in the comments saying, I hope you're really enjoying the storyline. Hope you're still finding this engrossing. And I'm tempted to reply to them, are you kidding? I'm absolutely sold on this game. It is just terrific. Every time I fire it up to play, I get this, it's like being a little kid again, really. It is. You just get this sense of excitement that you don't know what is coming. And more about that in a moment. But first, let's talk about the housekeeping for this episode. Last episode, I asked you about Rosalind Myers, the Voodoo Boys, and their motives for wanting to breach the Black Wall. And then during the course of the episode, our intrepid investigative journalist Bree uncovered that Militech had been attempting their own contacts and research involving rogue AIs as well, all part of the same thing. I asked a question that can be broadened then to include them as well now about whether they're all playing with fire. The feedback on this was very interesting. Definitely the danger of what lies beyond the Black Wall is being overridden by the desire of these different factions on this side of it to emerge on top. Myers and Militech, they both see AIs, I think, as the ultimate weapon to be reasoned with or otherwise captured and harnessed. These AIs could well prove irresistible in their reach, devastating in their potential effects. In that light, people in the comments saw that the Voodoo Boys and their efforts to contact them is more of an insurance policy on their part. They have something in common with the Nomads, I think, in this regard. I know it's an odd comparison, but both feel threatened and they simply want to survive. Perhaps the Voodoos sense that if Militech or Myers got their hands on the AIs first, that would spell at least the end of Voodoo Boys, Pacifica, maybe Dogtown. At worst, it could be another full-on war, which could also lead to their eradication. Netwatch came in for some criticism too. They may be technically independent, but their actions serve to maintain the existing corporate-dominated system. And that's fine if you're doing well under it, but not so good if you're one of the very many whose suffering is being perpetuated by Netwatch's assumption that any change brought about by AIs would necessarily be undesirable. There are those who feel that humans have failed to solve the problems of Night City and society of this era, so why not invite AIs to have a go at solving the problems of society themselves? They can hardly do worse. Now, I realise I'm playing devil's advocate there, but these views exist. Others still sided with Netwatch and felt that the risk of losing existing freedoms to the whims of invasive AIs meant that even the current dystopia of Night City, with all its many faults, still represented greater freedom than might exist should rogue AIs take control of Night City and everywhere else. And that last point leads very nicely into today's question. So to today's question, which is this: does free will exist in Night City? Few storylines in Cyberpunk capture the philosophical horror of Night City better than the conspiracy surrounding Jefferson Perez and Elizabeth Perez. By the time Jefferson wins the mayoral election, which we now know he did, the question is no longer whether he's been manipulated, it's about whether any person in Night City can truly claim ownership over their own mind and thoughts. The events around the Perezes reveal hidden surveillance chambers, neural conditioning, and evidence that Jefferson's memories, political instincts, even his emotional reactions have been subtly rewritten by unseen forces connected to the mysterious Blue Eyes, whoever they are or whatever we think it is they represent. The terrifying implication is that the city's new mayor is not the author of his own beliefs and political policies. To some, the Perelez conspiracy represents the death of free will itself. If a person's memories and personality can be edited remotely, invisibly, without them realising it's happening, then individuality becomes nothing more than programmable code. Jefferson believes he is making independent choices, while actually, unknowingly, he's just following the patterns implanted into him by others. And this is true even after V tells him what he's discovered about the unseen manipulation that he's being subjected to. Jefferson's rise to power exposes the ultimate dystopia, not simply that of a city where people are oppressed openly and visibly, but one where they are no longer able to realise they're being controlled at all, that their life is, to an extent, an illusion, a hallucination, a chimera. Others would argue that the Perelez case is simply a more advanced version of what already defines everyday life in Night City. Long before hidden neural rewrites enter the picture, citizens' thoughts are constantly being shaped and bombarded by corporate advertising, by braindance addiction, algorithmic media feeds, cyberware dependency, economic desperation. Megacorporations decide where people work, what they consume, what news they see, and even what dreams they aspire to. Gangs recruit children into cycles of violence. Influencers manufacture identities for profit. Braindances allow inauthentic emotional experiences to be bought and sold. From this perspective, nobody in Night City has ever possessed complete free will to begin with. Even V's story reflects this uncertainty. The relic biochip is gradually merging his identity with that of Johnny Silverhand, blurring the lines between his organic personality and the new invasive programming. Where does V end and Johnny begin? Cyberware alters not only the physical body but often behaviour and perception too. In a world where memory, feelings and identity are all technologically editable, the concept of free will, of an independent self, begins to collapse. The debate ultimately becomes less about whether Night City controls people and more about degree. The city constantly rewards those who accept its behavioural modification techniques, and it punishes those who resist. Is Jefferson Perelez fundamentally any different from the millions of citizens unconsciously altered every day by the advertising they see, by political propaganda that they hear, and by economic coercion? If someone's mind is manipulated so seamlessly that they end up happier, more successful, more at peace with the person they've become, does it matter that the change was artificially and externally induced? Is it really such a bad thing if it enables them to thrive? The Perelez conspiracy never provides clear answers to these questions. Instead, it forces both V and the player to confront a disturbing possibility. Perhaps free will in Night City has not disappeared entirely, but it has become so compromised, commodified and technologically vulnerable that no one can be certain anymore where their thoughts originate from. Having the illusion of choice is not the same as possessing true free will. Night City's horror is not that minds can be controlled, but that most people never notice it happening to them. And the real question is, and we know that Cyberpunk 2077 contains warnings, is meant to ask hard questions. If modern present-day corporations and platforms can already predict and influence human behaviours, how far are we from a dystopian future where free will becomes little more than a carefully managed dream? If Jefferson Perelez can have his beliefs rewritten without realising it, how certain can we be that our own beliefs are entirely our own? Now, obviously, in the course of the debate, what I'd like to do is present the pendular extremes of the opinions and themes that can be brought into it. So it's meant to be for discussion. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this subject. Let me know in the comments. So before we look at the plan for episode 60, let's talk about what happened in episode 59. In the last episode, V completed 2 gigs for Fixer Mr. Hans. In the first, Hans sends V to catch up with Bree Whitney, a journalist digging into old Militech operations. V enters Bree's apartment, retrieves a Militech access card hidden beneath a bamboo plant, and later meets up with her in the tunnels beneath Dogtown. Together, they descend further into an abandoned facility, bypassing old security systems, cameras, mines and automated defences, while Bree searches for evidence of what happened there years ago. Further within the facility, Bree uncovers archived video logs from scientist Evan McRae, revealing that Militech had been conducting dangerous experiments there tied to rogue AI research. As the investigation is concluding, Militech agent Dante Caruso appears and corners Bree in the control room. Dante claims that Bree is not exposing the truth out of any journalistic principle, but simply because she plans to capitalise on having the data for herself. Bree argues that Militech only wants the evidence buried forever. As Caruso makes to shoot Bree, V intervenes and kills him in order to protect her. Afterward, Bree is left in the facility by V so that she can continue downloading the data, and he departs the facility. In the second gig, V is hired by Brianna Dolson and the grieving families of several murdered people to hunt down one Leon Rinder, a former Barghest soldier accused of massacring Jason Foreman and others during a violent breakdown. Brianna explains that Leon disappeared after the killings and that the families want closure. V tracks Leon to an abandoned motel in Dogtown, fights his way through scavengers and other armed guards before reaching the upper floors. Along the way, he discovers signs that Leon was suffering from severe cyberware damage and possible mental instability, which later is attributed in part to PTSD. When V finally finds Leon, he's no longer the terrifying killer from the stories. He lies crippled and bandaged, stripped of most of his cyberware, bedridden and barely able to move. Leon admits partial responsibility for the killings, but describes fragmented memories, blackouts and growing psychological collapse that blurred reality and violence together. Instead of executing him, V chooses to let him live. He takes Leon's dog tags as proof for the families that Rinder is no longer a threat to them. The job ends quietly but uneasily. The families receive confirmation that Leon is gone for good, while V walks away from this and the previous gig, knowing that justice in Night City rarely feels clean or complete. So that was last episode. After all that stress, today we're going full on off-grid. The main storyline is remaining parked, as are all the other gigs in my journal list. I've decided that V needs a holiday. Now, a holiday for V, aka Mercman, doesn't necessarily mean he won't need to pack his guns along with his swimwear. The coast of Pacifica, which is where we're headed for our holiday, it's not a friendly place at the best of time. Sun, sea and scavs, if not voodoo boys, is what I'm expecting. I have thought about a few things I would like to do, things I'd like to explore and investigate whilst I'm there. And before we hit the sand and surf, there's a couple of other things that I want to sort out along the way. As always with off-grid episodes, bear in mind that once we get there, I'm in the hands of the map and precious little else. It's up to fate where we end up. So right, his trunks are in the trunk. He's got the awfully itchy and impractical Hawaiian shirt his auntie knitted him for Christmas, packed as well, and no time pressures for once. Let's get moving.
How's it going?
It is going fantastic. Thank you for asking. I'm going on my holidays today. My bags are all packed. So.
No way.
Yes, indeed. That's exactly where I'm going. All this urban squalor is yours to do with as you wish. So look after it until I come back. With that said, where are we? I relocated a short distance, as you can tell by the structures on the horizon over there, to the nearest drop point I could find, and it wasn't far away, and I've sold off weapons, done all that stuff. The other thing I've done is to have upgraded all my lower tier components to higher grades, all the way up to tier 5, and I've done that in preparation because there is one thing, I always like to start off-grid episodes off with one thing that's a planned activity, and it is this. I am going to make my first ever Dogtown visit to a Ripper Dog. I've chosen simply the one nearest to where I presently am. It's this guy called Costin. Is that Lahavori or Lavori? I don't know. Where I can upgrade, install and remove cyberware. So that is where we're going to be headed off to. Also, just to mention, I know I've got 5 and 7 points there. When I get to the Ripper Dog, I'm going to do that spend of points too. So it'll be a sort of improvement fest on arrival. And that's it. I've got myself a white line to follow. I'm leaving the scene of the memorial where people are still gathered, and we'll set off walking. It's 250 metres, so it's not too far to go. I've got my white line to follow. It's 5 a.m. on the dot as we set off, and it must be breezy because there's newspapers blowing through the air in front of me. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Can I catch one? I could try. Did I catch it? No, I didn't. It passed straight through me. And are they all spinning the same way? That one's going clockwise quite quickly. They might have stopped because I'm at the top of the stairs, it occurs to me. Have I interrupted the animation there? Is that what I did? These are the sorts of things that happen in off-grid episodes. That one's going anti-clockwise. And they reach a sort of vanishing point and then disappear. How fascinating. Also, I want to say you can kind of see through some of these pages of newspaper. If I could catch one, I could wrap my chips in it. Which used to be a thing we did in this country. Back in the day when you went to buy chips, I don't mean crisps, I mean potatoes cut into strips and fried. They used to serve them to you in newspaper, actual newspaper, newsprint. And there's a school of thought which says, you know, that may not have been the most hygienic means of dispensing chips to people. But, you know, also you got newsprint all over your fingers because the heat from the chips tended to sort of, the grease as well. I don't know whether it reactivated the ink in the newsprint or whatever. There were people who said that they were the best tasting ones they'd ever had, you know, the ones they eat out of newspaper. I don't know whether that's true or not. There were reasons why it was discontinued. And then what happened was that some places started to sell their chips in cones and other containers which had a kind of newspaper image printed on it to make it look like old-fashioned newspaper that you were eating your chips out of. I mean, they didn't just always wrap the chips immediately in the newspaper. Sometimes there'd be a layer of paper that the chips were wrapped in, and then they would wrap that in old newspaper, obviously to keep it warm, because in those days people walked by and large to the chip shop, which is what it was called, still is. You bought your chips and then you carried them home, so it helped to keep them warm while you were carrying them. But yeah, we digress. But that's what I would do in Cyberpunk world if I was to catch one of those sheets of newspaper flying past. Yeah, do that.
Don't fuck with me, Chum.
Oh, there's a debt owed here of some sort. We're both staring at the table. No one's happy. No one is happy with this arrangement. Maybe don't enter into that sort of arrangement ever again. Something else I need to just say before we get too far into this today. I want to thank you, Tunes, the community here in my channel's playthrough of Cyberpunk. The comments section has been full of feedback right through the entirety of the playthrough. Every single episode full of gems of shared experience and ideas and thoughts and suggestions. And clearly, I don't know whether you realise this, but they've had a terrific motivating and supportive effect on me. There are aspects of this game which are quite complicated to take on, and it's taken me time to get to grips with them. There are still things which I haven't, but you know, other playthroughs and all that. But I just wanted you to know that I found it incredibly motivating and encouraging. When I've been stuck on things, you guys have either very gently pointed me in a different direction without giving me spoilers, or you've said things like, don't worry, these things come with time. The more you play, the more you'll get familiar with this, the more you'll understand it, and it's been really helpful, so thank you. You are a massive part of this journey that I've had. It's not just the game, it's you people too. Right, I seem to have landed in a gym. I'm just following the line here to get from A to B. It must be a very early morning, Jim, 5:33. Are you impressed, by the way, that I have walked past a vehicle there and haven't done anything with it? And also I can hear the sounds of a red drop expiring in the background, and I've not gone to that either, because that's not what today is about. This guy looks really quite skillful and experienced.
All good?
Yeah, I'm just admiring your form. He's a real fighter. Look at that. I mean, I don't do much of this face-to-face fighting in the game. You've probably noticed this. I don't use melee weapons particularly.
Do I know you?
I've got the throwable knife. No, not at all. I bet a lot of people know you though, because you look like you're famous. You've got all the gear for a start, and I haven't. But yeah, I don't. When we did the tutorial where we learned how to bop people and use katanas and things like that, I wasn't comfortable with it because I knew that I wouldn't memorise it unless I was doing it frequently. I mean, I don't mind being a sparring partner if that's what you're after. Should I ask?
All good?
It's all good, it's great. I've already just told those people over there I'm going on holiday, so I'm in a great mood. You really are very good. Do you want to do this? Are you up for this? I don't know. How can he signal to me that he is?
Well?
No, not at all. Take a swing at me if you want to play. That's what I'll say. Is he going to do this? Oh yeah, he took a swing at me. Right, okay, let's play then. How do I do this again? It's triangle, isn't it, for hands? Okay. Do you want to go first? You go first. No, you go first. After you. He's thinking. He's jumping. He's away. Oh my god, I've got a wanted level. What did I do? I hit him once. No, put your gun away. Shh. Oh no. Are you alright? I can't tell if he's alive. Do we think he's alive? Do we think he's dead? Oh heaven. I really didn't want to start this off this way. Thankfully, there were no witnesses. Oh no, hang on. Yes, there was a witness. Let me go and talk to this young lady over here. See if she's going to be on my side. Hello? Do you know what I'm just noticing here? Her arm muscle is changing shape as she lifts that weight. Hi. Look! Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
I did. It's terrific. It's fantastic. Also, she's very good at this. I just think I've hurt your friend over here. Yeah. Would you be able to keep an eye on him because I've got an appointment at the Ripper Docks and I don't want them giving it to somebody else if I'm late. My wanted level's gone away, so I feel like I can move off now. I'm terribly sorry about that. I really am. You see, this is why I don't do these things, because they don't work out well when I do. What can we talk about? Mr. Hands. I've got a bunch of points here from the last episode and the one before. Mr. Hands, a cut above all the other fixes, it would have to be said. This came up with a lot of comments in the last couple of episodes. He's a stylish dresser. He has a very precise haircut. He has precision in his speech. He's very cultured. We've seen he reads, and he reads some quality material too. He has a very even temperament. He has also, other people notice, got the best apartment of any of the fixers that we've met so far. I think we get to know him a lot, more so than any of the other fixers. V gets closer to Mr. Hands, it seems to me, because of where we are. It's because I think we're in Dogtown, and he's got a specific role here. I've also got myself a little bit out of joint here. I'll use the ladder because I'm civilised. The sun's coming up. 6:04 a.m. and look at it. It's going to be a gorgeous day for the seaside. How's the welding going? Well, he says, I've only had one lesson. Yeah, I can tell. I'm not a welder.
Here?
No, I don't. I'm not going to be living around here for the rest of the day anyway. Yeah. On the first lesson, did they talk about wearing a mask? You know, so you can actually look at the thing you're welding?
Had the pleasure.
No, I bet you haven't. With that, I'm going to leave.
What's that?
Yeah, Mr. Hans, anyway, as I said, you know, he has got the best apartment of anybody too. He's definitely in a different class, and the thing about the expansion is they deliberately, it seems to me, decided to give V this one fixer, particularly to attach himself to. And I love it that Hans has got this ambition too. That he is the one who is looking more to the future. Most of the fixers seem content with their present, but he isn't. He wants to change the way things are. I mean, I'd like to change things too. I'd like to be able to talk to Barcast without them getting antsy with me. So, I'm in for a penny.
Hey! Back the fuck off!
Best prices in Dogtown. Certified resale.
Is that who I think it is? It's Ronnie. Yeah, see, why are they always so angry with me? I'll ask the twins and see what they've got to say.
Certified resale. Hands where I can see them.
They are. My hands are where you can see them. They're here, look. Okay? They're on my controller. I say my controller. My
Ain't
wife
nothing
chose
without
this
your
one.
help. Check out Ronald's Cream Stems.
Hey!
So
Back
Hobbs,
the fuck off!
you said that already. What if I talk to the guy in the middle? Are you any more reasonable than your brother? Oh.
Ain't nothing
Easy
without your
now.
help. Check out Ronald's Cream Stems.
I'm just trying to make this a different day. It's an off-grid episode, for goodness sake. We're all off duty today. You're off duty, I'm off duty. Can't we just be friends?
Barguest is watching you.
Well, you are. A little bit of Barcast is watching me. You're not the whole of Barcast, are you? Let's see if her mood has improved any.
Vargas spits on people like
Ain't
you!
nothing without your help. Check out
Really?
Ronald's Cream Stems.
That's most unpleasant. Oh, God, I didn't mean to walk into you. That was your fault. He's got a friend. Uh-oh, they've sent for reinforcements. Hello.
Best prices in
Do you speak at all?
Certified
Take a hike,
resale.
gonk. That's nice. That's pleasant. I'm going to go up the stairs. It's up here, I guess, because the legend said dock, I think. There it is. There is like an upstairs to this too. But I think it's just a way of getting higher and higher, isn't it? Let's go in. Well, it's, what can we say about it? Utilitarian plastic chairs on the way in. There's no receptionist. We do have a guy to talk to. Now, I'm just going to take an orange break at this point because I've got to set up my iPad. I did look on the menu for the Ripper Docs in between episodes to decide what improvements I wanted to make when I got to one. So, excuse me for a second while I just set that up so I can refer to the things I want to improve. Back in a sec. Right, I've got my iPad set up with the extensive list that I made myself of things I'm going to do. Before I do that though, let's just pop into the character menu and spend these points. I've got 5 attribute points to spend, and I'm going to spend them, don't faint everybody, on body. All 5 of them. The reason that I've done that is because I want to also go in there and spend perk points in this area too. Painkiller is the first one I'm going to do. It unlocks slow health regen in combat. I'm also going to purchase Dwarf Head when using blood pump, cyberware or a health item, plus 100% mitigation chance for 2 seconds. And mitigation grants a chance to reduce incoming damage by current mitigation strength, default 50%. That is done. Comeback Kid gives me plus 1% health regen rate for each percent of missing health. I'm going to go right over to the far side here and do Army of 1, which gives me plus 10% health regen rate for each nearby enemy. Those are selected. The next thing, the one I'm not going to do by the way for the moment, well, I think I'm not. I might change my mind and come back. Is this one. Speed Junkie, which gives you plus 60% health regen rate while sprinting. I'm not sure. We'll see about that. I want to pop over here to Die. And I'm going to purchase this, which is going to cost me 2 attribute points. This one only affects shotguns, LMGs and HMGs. I am using machine guns at the moment. Level 1 gives me increased crit chance as stamina decreases, max plus 12.5%. Level 2 improves weapon handling as stamina decreases. Now at that point, although I've got 1 left to spend, I'm going to stop because that's all I wanted to do there. Right, now we can resume meeting our Ripper Dog. So, obviously blue text. I want to know how he came to be here.
Love what you done with the place. How's a Ripper end up at the stacks anyway?
Oh, the city's so stifling, Choom. I wanted to go someplace where there's no formalities, no limits, where I could just be myself. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. You got your Ripper license revoked, didn't you?
The fuck do you care? You want to rip or not?
He's a very nervous person, don't you think? I think I might need to be careful with this guy. Alright, let's do this.
Okay, let's see what you can do for me. Just hope I won't regret it.
Anything hitches, just come back. At least you won't get bored.
Right, now here's the situation at the moment. There's my armour on 369 and there's my capacity on the other side for actually adding improvements which are going to cost me. I'm on 209 and I can reach up to 268. I have got some slots which have got nothing in them. There's an awful lot of things here. You can see I've got 887 tier 5 components up in the top right hand corner there. That's the extent to which I've done improvements. I do not intend to spend all of those components today. I'm just going to make a few improvements, and before I begin I'm going to give the usual caveat. This is just my way of doing it. It's my first playthrough. I am not experienced. I probably will make mistakes. There'll be things later that I'll reflect on and think I shouldn't have done that, I should have done this instead. That's absolutely fine. I like the idea in my playthrough that actions have consequences and that there are no backsies. There's no undoing errors. I'm going to live with them, in other words. Right, so I've looked around the menu system and these are the things which I'm going to improve. The first is down in skeleton. I'm not going to replace titanium bones. Now I did look in the menu and there is this iconic thing down here called Rara Avis, but it increases, as far as I understand it, it increases my armour but decreases my carrying capacity significantly, and I don't particularly want that to happen. So what I'm going to do instead is to upgrade my titanium bones. This is going to be a double upgrade, so I'm going to go to tier 5 plus, and then because it's possible to do so, I'm going to go to tier 5 plus plus. So that we have now done. That's the first one ticked off. Second one is also in skeleton, and that's this one, my epimorphic skeleton here. I'm going to upgrade that too. So that is currently on tier 5, and upgrading it, as you can see the effect of there on the left hand side. It's body attuned, which is one of the reasons why I spent those points in body. Doesn't give me a great deal because I'm still only on 10, but you know, it works to a degree. In face, the next one, I'm going to upgrade my optics. Now there is here an iconic option. It's the Karoshi Cockatrice optics, tier 5 iconic. It increases crit chance by 30%. And that's the thing that really appealed to me here. 10 times optical zoom when scanning or aiming, plus 3.1% headshot damage multiplier, plus 3.1 health. So that I'm about to buy and install, and it has been done. Now that, as you can see, we're starting to narrow in that left hand side thermometer there, the gap between what I can have and what I've already spent. That is done. The one after that was to go to my circulatory system and find my blood pump, which is this one here, which again I'm going to upgrade from where it is at the moment, which is tier 5. It's going to go to tier 5 plus, and then from tier 5 plus it's going to go to tier 5 plus plus, which is as far as it can go, and we're down to 657 tier 5 components. That's basically just going to restore more health for me as I'm doing this. Next I'm going to go to my, if I go backwards one, the integumentary system, where currently I've got a spare slot which hasn't gone unnoticed, and the thing that I'm going to install in there is this thing here called proxy shield. The closer an attacking enemy is, the less damage they deal to you. There's a negative 20% incoming damage at 3 meters. It reduces, it tapers off to 0% from 6 meters, but it's just in case anybody gets a bit close, and it's body attuned, and I've spent some points on body, as we know, so that is going to go into the spare slot there. That is done. The next thing I'm going to do is to go into my operating system itself. Now the thing is, I've looked at the various other operating systems that are available here, including some that are iconic, and for the moment I've decided to stay with the one I've got and simply upgrade it. So my tier 5 is going to become tier 5 plus, and then my tier 5 plus is going to become, yes, you've guessed it, tier 5 plus plus. Now you may be cringing at this point and saying you've just spent an awful lot there to do that for not a huge amount of benefit. I'm comfortable with this particular cyber deck. What can I say? I think there'll come a point maybe where I'm brave enough to do an upgrade to a different one, but for the moment it's the devil I know. I did look at the specs of some of the others, but I chose to hang on and not do that. So that is that. And one more change I'm going to make today, which is in frontal cortex. I'm going to boost my self-ice. Self-ice has been incredibly useful to me recently in helping keep me safe, and I want to say thank you to it by giving it this boost. Basically it's going to reduce the cooldown time taken, as well as having one or two other side benefits. As you can see, this one's intelligence tuned, and that's essentially it. So I'm leaving myself an improvement gap still there on the side. I'm leaving myself with 347 tier 5 components. That's there in case I make a discovery that there's something I wanted to do which I haven't done, and I can come back to a Ripper Dock, or maybe go to the ones in the market. I think there is one there. There may be even more than one there, I'm not sure, I can't remember. I've only been there once, way back at the start when I first came into the area of Dogtown. It gives me that opportunity, if I need to go back and do that. Right, our upgrade is complete. And as I stagger from the chair, barely able to believe I'm still alive, my dude says, "You gonna talk to me?" No, I think we're done. So I'm out of here. Oh, your next appointment is ready. Well, I guess that could be his daughter. Oh no, hang on. Maybe she's here with this person. Oh, it doesn't do to inquire into other people's circumstances when you're at a Ripper Dock. No, I'm not lost. I know where I'm going. I'm going out of the door here. Right, that is that done. Okay, now my next plan is to head towards the coast. But I have just noticed that there is a tarot beneath me, somewhere down here. So I'm going to grab that before we do anything else. Am I heading the right way? Ronald, will you be quiet? I'm trying to think. I'm on my holidays, for goodness sake. It looks like I'm trying to work out I'm on the right level. It's to my right. I am not seeing it. What am I missing here? Apparently something. What am I missing here? Ouch. Ouch. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Aha. Let's scan this. And I'm going to open it. King of Swords. So there aren't many empty slots now. Do you know there really aren't many empty slots? How many empty slots have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? That's all? Good heavens, I thought I'd miss more than that. King of Swords. Let's see what this says. King of Swords. 2 things matter above all else for a King of Swords: logic and conviction. They represent a person with a precise moral compass who is known for their caring demeanour. However, enemies beware. The King of Swords is a ruthless opponent who will not rest until you are punished and left to be torn apart by hounds of fate. The thing is, all the way through this game, when I've encountered tarot cards, I've tried to find a match with a character who I've met already in the game, someone I've interacted with, someone I've got feelings about, an impression of. And sometimes I've succeeded in my own mind, other times I've failed and given up because I've thought, I just can't find anybody at the moment who fits that text. And now that I've gone further into the game and into Dogtown, and we've got the full set of 4 King of whatever cards, I think I need to rethink that. I'm beginning to realise that I don't think there is a 1-to-1 match between the red text and a singular character in the game. I don't think the devs intended there to be. These are tarot cards. The language is necessarily vague and obfuscated. It's open to interpretation. They are meant to be read in inverted commas. That's what tarots are. A person places meaning upon them based upon their experience of the game. So players could see these cards differently, is the point I'm making. There may be some agreement amongst numbers of people who see the same thing in a card, but it doesn't mean that one interpretation is right and another one is wrong necessarily. How I see this is actually 2 people. One is Takamura, the other is Solomon Reed, in different ways. Takamura, logic and conviction, moral compass, absolutely. He has a very high moral compass, Takamura. In some situations it gets in his way almost, as does his logic. He can be indignant if he thinks that people or situations are going badly, behaving wrongly around him. Caring demeanour, conviction, absolutely. We know how attuned he was, how much he felt for Saburo Arasaka, the legacy of debt that he felt he had to him for the investment Arasaka had made in his young life, elevating him to the position he occupied, up to the point where, if we go on to the next bit, enemies beware. The King of Swords is a ruthless opponent who will not rest until you are punished and left to be torn apart by the hounds of fate. We know what happened to Saburo Arasaka. We know how Takamura feels about what happened, and he's now a guided missile as such. He has one purpose, and that is to find Yorinobu Arasaka and bring him to justice. So I think that's a really good fit for Takamura, but I also think it's a partial fit in a different way for Solomon Reed. Logic, conviction, moral compass, yes, he's doing this job because he's chosen to do this job. It's difficult. He has an internal logic and conviction, which is his moral compass. He has to have one, because if he didn't, he couldn't possibly do the things he does day to day. And does he have a caring demeanour? You might be thinking, well, I can't see how. I would say he does in terms of his team that he assembles. He feels intensely responsible for the welfare and survival of his team, and he feels bad and responsible where things haven't gone well and stuff's gone wrong. Enemies beware. He's a ruthless opponent. Absolutely, I think he is. I think he's the person Myers turns to in situations where she already realises other things would fail and not be sufficient. He is her fail-safe operative who she goes to. He will not rest until whatever it is, whatever wrong is punished, and whoever the miscreant is left to be torn apart by hounds of fate. Would that apply to our 2 guys who are guarding Myers because we engaged them to do so while we went off to do other things? Or were they just unfortunates? I don't know. But certainly that conviction of his, seeing the bigger picture if you get in the way of it. Would he steamroller you? I think he would. That's why I don't trust him, actually, at the moment. So that's how I see King of Swords. But now we've got all 4 of these King cards, it might be good to reflect upon them. King of Cups is a creative and emotionally driven person. They're a strong individual who realises the importance of feelings. Intuition helps them navigate their lives. When fate falls in their favour, compassion guides their actions. When they're at odds with fate, it can be unwise to trust them. The 2 people, again, who this now self-suggests to me, are probably Kerry Eurodyne and Johnny Silverhand. Most obviously because they are creative, emotionally driven people, strong individuals. They are very much based upon feelings about things. We've saw the volatility of both of them during our encounters with them. They've used intuition to help them make decisions about their careers and other things, in Johnny Silverhand's case, in their lives. Where fate went with them, they could be compassionate and feeling, but when fate was against them, or they thought they were, it could cause them to retrench and become hard. We know that Kerry Eurodyne became something of a recluse. It can be unwise to trust them. The guy pointed a gun at me the first time I met him. I learned to trust him. In Johnny Silverhand's case, I didn't trust him at all when I first met him. I think it was culture shock on his part. He'd come from this past to 2077, and a lot of his attitudes, beliefs, experiences that he brought with him seemed outmoded. They didn't fit anymore in 2077, and it made him feel like he didn't fit either. And because of that, I think he became a little bit jaundiced, a lot jaundiced. Some of the things he said were at pendulum swings of opinion, and V navigated a course down the middle, pretty much ignoring Johnny Silverhand at times. He had to. But that has changed, and I think part of it is because Dogtown, and we're getting towards the sharp end of events. Part of it is also because time has passed, the relic chip has had its effect, we've discussed this before, and the difference between their personalities has moderated to some degree, and with it, the extremes of Johnny Silverhand have moderated too. But yeah, when at odds with fate, unwise to trust, I would certainly say that. As for Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is imperious. They represent enterprise, pragmatism, but also attachment. From such a person, one can expect coldness or attachment to material possessions. They are likely to turn your world upside down sooner or later. The most obvious fit I would have for this fits, again, more than one. Myers would fit it. Imperious, obviously in a commanding position. She represents enterprise, pragmatism, but also attachment. Very attached to Noosa, its ideals, its furtherance. From such a person, one can expect coldness or attachment to material possessions. What's more material than territory? And we know it irks her that Dogtown exists, that Pacifica in its entirety really is the place that it is. They are likely to turn your world upside down sooner or later. They've certainly turned V's world upside down by getting him roped into the stuff he's doing at the moment. So that is true. But I think in a way this could apply to the Arasaka family as well. Saburo, certainly imperious. Enterprise, pragmatism, also attachment. He was very much a person interested and invested in the history, the genesis of the Arasaka Corporation, the tradition of it. And I think that some of that also rolled over into Takamura. He assumed some of that by osmosis too. I believe he could be cold and attached to material possessions, absolutely. But again, Hanako Arasaka is the most pragmatic person I've met, I think, in the entire game. Quietly pragmatic. She's intensely intelligent and a thinker. And a pair of ears and a pair of eyes. She has the wisdom to know that in certain circumstances what you do is you watch and you listen and learn and assimilate the information. That's what the wise person does, and I believe she is wise. I think she is attached too. She wouldn't be doing the things she's doing now did she not have a plan and feelings about what had happened. I also think she can be very cold too. And she could turn people's worlds upside down. Here we are trying to negotiate with her on the basis of what she can do to help all of us. But she has her own plans as well. Even Yorinobu, to an extent. Pragmatic, you could say so. Cold, he murdered his father for goodness sake. Material possessions, they have an influence upon him, certainly, as does the imperious nature of his role. Yeah, I really just don't know. I really just don't know. And the last one, King of Wands, the master of planning and unorthodox ideas, an individual who brings people together and radiates inspiration to those they consider friends. However, their enemies will soon find they're an impulsive, devastating force of nature, capable of breaking oaths and crossing any line just to see their goals achieved. Now, I would have said either Songbird or Solomon Reed here because of the word oaths, but I don't think you can just take one word or two, breaking oaths, and necessarily then produce a fit. It's rather like forcing a shoe onto your foot when the shoe is 4 sizes too small. You can force it to fit perhaps, but it will not be comfortable and it will be irking you. I'm using the word irk here today because that's exactly appropriate. The master of planning and unorthodox ideas, the person who suggests to this now for me of all, is Panam. An individual who brings people together. She certainly did. She's unified her clan very effectively. She radiates inspiration to those who she considers friends. Yes, she does. She's very self-assured. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She is confident. She can be volatile. She has these highs and lows of behaviour and attitude. She's human, in other words. Enemies will soon find they're an impulsive, devastating force of nature. I'm thinking about when her car was stolen here and what she did as a result, but also what we did to defend the camp, if you remember, towards the end. A devastating force of nature. She crossed lines, she broke oaths, she kind of made agreements with Saul, which she went against, knowing that her goal ultimately had to be achieved. So maybe that, I don't know. Who else would you put in that category? I mean, I'm looking at it now and thinking, it's not essential, is it? I think is the point I'm making. With all of these tarots, the fun of them is that it makes you think obliquely, it makes you think in tangents around the game. And because your experiences of people change over time, so the fit can change over time with these cards. But as to what they're all meant to mean, I don't know. I stopped for an orange drink and I came back, and when I looked on the screen, I'm speechless now. There's a new job. Tomorrow never knows. Ask Misty about the new tarot cards you found. Cards plural. So it must be talking about the ones I've found since I've been here, I suspect, in Dogtown. Maybe that's what's triggered it. But just the thought of going to see Misty. I now have a complete arc for this off-grid episode. I've just realised I had a starting point, which I'll show you in a minute, but I now have an end point, because that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to see Misty. I have missed that girl so much. The thing is, for dozens of episodes now, I've been running around in Night City and Dogtown, risking my life, getting into scrapes, desperately in need of counsel and a friend to talk to half the time, and Misty is exactly that person who will give you advice. She won't tell you what to do, but she will give you hints as towards what you should be thinking about while you're trying to decide between alternatives. And the absence of her counsel has been keenly felt so many times, not just when I've found these the tarot cards, but so many times during the course of the game I've been in situations where I've said, Misty, where are you? Because I literally have noticed that I just don't have access to that anymore. She's been in this blocked off state, and you know, it started not long after when Jackie died. One of the last times I saw her was when I found her sitting on the steps outside the place where Jackie used to live, and she was just morose. She was in a state, really. Every day it seemed she'd been going there and just sitting there and letting time pass, because there was nowhere else she could think to be. It was a place that was the closest she could get to where Jackie and her had lots of happy memories together. And the whole thing, I can still see the actual graphic of it, that scene, and the dialogue too, plays out in my mind when I think about it, because it was so sombre and heartfelt. And I really did at that point think that Misty would be the sort of person V would want to keep in contact with right through the game, and then the game took it away from me and said, no, you won't. And it put her into this suspended animation where she's communing with I don't know what, it wasn't me anyway, and that's how it's been until now. So yes, I shall. Let's have a look in the journal, because I want to see, there's going to be a gig for this now. There's a Johnny text for it too. Ask Misty about the new tarot cards you found. So, another bunch of mystery murals, huh? Let me read your future. You're walking down some street in Watson. You see a shop, Misty's Esoterica. There's a chick inside. See her spewing some mumbo-jumbo theories about what your special third eye managed to spy. You know, I think I've got a real knack for this fortune-telling stuff. Yes, Johnny, just keep it to yourself. You really haven't. But yes, 3.9 kilometres away though. That's going to be a heck of a ride. Let's have a look on the map and see what of a heck of a ride it is. Ooh, yes, we're heading north. Long ways north. Cross the river? I was going to say yes we do, to get all the way back there. That is excellent, but that is for the future. I'm really made up though that has happened, because I didn't know where this episode was going to end up, and now I do. I have a fixed finishing point. That's going to be the final activity of today's set of whatever we end up with, because, and I'm going to go into the journal briefly to deselect you, Misty, don't take it personally, I am coming to see you. On the map, I'm going to show you where we're headed. Now, here is going to be the base of our operations. If I pin this location, this is, and I'm calling today's episode Park Life, the amusement park down on Pacifica. Now, I'm not spending the entire episode in the amusement park. I'm intending to explore the whole area around there of the bayfront, seafront, I don't know what you call it. In this country, everything that's beside the sea is called seaside, whether it's sandy, rocky or anything in between, that's what we call it. So that's where we're headed, and it's not an area I've really done much exploration of. I have been here before, I've been past it many times whilst I've been doing the gigs in Dogtown, and also I've travelled from A to B and gone past and looked out of the car window or off the bike at the side when I've dared to and spotted it. And many times people have said to me, you really ought to come back to this area, it is interesting, there is stuff to explore and investigate. And that's me, of course. And I said yes, I will do this. And that was episodes and episodes ago, and here we are in episode 60. I'm finally doing it. So that whole area is going to get explored. I haven't given a great deal of thought to this. I have looked at the map and I've got a few ideas. I want to go along the seafront especially. I do want to explore some structures. That's a second pier. I think I've been there once, but I don't think I've spent much time there, so that will get some exploration. And there is also this curious structure out here on the road that goes across the actual bay on the bridge. I don't think I've ever travelled on that road. What makes me say that is there are NCPD activities I've just noticed, and I think I would have picked those off by now, because if you look at the map, there are not that many of them. Admittedly, there are parts of the map where NCPD, if I get my words out, activities don't really exist particularly, but yes. This actually though is the fly in the ointment. I have noticed there is one NCPD activity here, in the location where I wish to spend my vacation. So that has got to go. There is no way that fly in the ointment is going to remain unswatted. I'm going to swat it now before anything else happens. That's where we're going to be headed. It is a suspected organised crime activity, so it's going to be a toughie, I think. But I did say I was packing my guns, and that's why. Right, so with that said, I am out of this here market area. If I can thread my way through the Militech crates into the sunshine such as it is. I'm not that hungry actually, guys, and you're not cooking anyway. That was a barbecue from behind. I literally thought that was a barbecue from behind. It kind of looked like it. It's not.
Nice.
Yeah, delightful. I'm heading out. I'm going to get transport in a minute. We'll drive there. I think I might take a bike. We're picking up on all the conversations that we normally get. Yes, kids.
Injection pump. All original.
Just keep trying. That's all I can say. I think that's probably going to be their occupation when they grow up in Dogtown, assuming Dogtown still exists by then. There are those who would like it not to. But yeah, the conversations, they just spawn, don't they, relentlessly as you're going along. One of the things I've noticed about the expansion is you are channeled the same way quite a lot. And because of that, you can hear the same conversations over and over again. That car gig is going to remain undone by me today because it's not about doing car gigs or red drops for that matter, if any of them are to occur. Well, I thought there was one for a minute while we're going along. I have a bunch of stuff obviously to talk about while we're travelling today. One is some more stuff about cyberware. The conversation is continuing. I've just gone a little bit off beam here. Let me climb through this and get back where I should be on the path. It's better. Lots of people have been chipping in still about cyberware when I said, is it a dehumanising influence or is it something which is actually purely for good in terms of human development in the therapeutic sense? And there are people in the comments who've actually chipped in real world comments about illnesses and conditions which they're aware of, which cause them to wonder about cyberware and whether they would, if it became a real life thing, partake of it. Oh, there is a red drop. What was I just saying? It did hear me. And it was a really interesting conversation to be part of. And essentially, when it comes to me, I really don't know. This sort of neural enhancing side of it, I don't particularly mind. There are things I'd like about having brain dance abilities, for instance, if I had the neural implant that could make those a thing, which I was capable of receiving. I'm looking this way, the bike's come the other way. Hello, boy. You got sandy tyres? That's a good name for a band. Jump on. So yeah, I mean, who would not want, for instance, to be able to live as if you'd really lived it, walking on the moon? Or, in my case, as a musician who only ever plays guitars in his room to himself, by himself, what about the prospect of playing in an actual band? A real life band? You could pick one of your favourites that you're really into and you admire their music and the musicians and place yourself on the stage with them. That's quite a delicious prospect. There are bands I can think of that I would love to do that, because I'd never do it in real life. I'm not that sort of person. I'm not that brave. The thing in the game, of course, is you could do it with samurai. We did experience it kind of vicariously twice over, really, when you think about the vicariousness of it. The fact that we were Johnny Silverhand at one stage. But yeah, I would certainly do that. There's a lot of discussion too about enhanced knowledge through cyberware. I think people are talking about the sort of Joe 90 situation. You may be aware of Joe 90. It was an animated series that ran in the, I want to say 60s and 70s, but probably mostly 70s. Someone will correct me. I watched it, for goodness sake. And it was based around the idea of the ability to impart specialist knowledge quickly and completely into a human being who would not normally have that knowledge and abilities that went with the knowledge, like brain surgery, those sorts of things. The caveat was that it didn't last forever. The knowledge wore off after a certain amount of time, which was obviously necessary, otherwise you could just create imminent and infinite experts in every subject you ever wanted. But if that were to exist, I can understand how that might be attractive. A lot of people said it's a slippery slope, this whole idea. NCPD.
Attention all NCPD subcons.
That's me.
Suspected organized crime activity reported around Eden Beach Mega Ride.
I'm there, right now.
Stanislav Zabisco likely at the scene. Purpose unknown, captain among scavengers with multiple smuggling priors. City officials have a reward on offer for neutralizing Zabisco and his group.
Oh, and his group. Neutralising. I take that to mean I don't have to be too gentle, which is fine, because I don't intend to be. They are scavengers, and if they are preeminent amongst their kind, they've got to be pretty bad at what they do in terms of being good at what they do, if you see what I mean. But yeah, someone was saying progress, is a slippery slope, and it is a slippery slope. I like to think that we would have the sense to put the brakes on with technology that turned out to be detrimental to the human experience, let's put it that way. Yes, for therapeutic use, for those, especially for those people who desperately need it but can't afford it. Someone has got to somehow work out how we fund these things, that people who need cybernetic implants when the time comes can have them. But how do we police it is the problem. It's always the case with technologies that our ability to create things outpaces our social capacity to manage them and organise them and regulate them safely. It's been the same with many technologies down the ages. We've had this discussion before in part, and I can't see it ever changing. I think cyberware will be the same. We're on site. Well, what's the police thing for report me on site? I don't know, but I'm here anyway. I always hear it in police things on the TV where they say, mark me down as 10 something or other, which means I'm there. I'm actually there where you've sent me to. If I go far enough away, my theory thoughtage is that they will not necessarily detect me. But I should be able to detect several of them. Is that a camera over there I see before me? I believe it is. I will take control of you. Here we go. Right. Let's play Tag Your Enemies. Ooh, there's an explodable there. Gosh. If the two of you had gone and stood by that, I would have been tempted to do a very quick snap judgment attempt at seeing you off at that point. Is that a security turret? I believe it is. I should be pinging. You're correct. I should be pinging. Let's ping. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I see now. There's a turret over there too. I'm just going to turn it off. I don't particularly want to make it friendly mode at the moment because I prefer to do my own dirty work. This is the start of my holiday. This is my vacation. There's no way that I'm going to have it spoiled by having these scavengers around looking over my shoulder all the time. Let's go to the next camera. Some good explodables here. It is good to know that. The area is messy though, look at it, there's detritus everywhere. These two guys are not too worried about the future of cyberware. They are worried about besting their high scores on whatever game it is they're playing over there. I'm betting those machines are playable. I'm not going to stop to play them even though I'm on holiday, but I'm betting they are. I'm spotting a large number of scavs, which probably means I'm not spotting a large number as well. I wouldn't be at all surprised if for every one I've seen, there's at least one, maybe two, that I have not. I've only got 3 cameras. That's another one. Let's turn that off too. Okay, we're making some progress though. They appear to have set up their base in the area formerly which was part of the admission to the Ferris wheel, which is a thing I want to investigate whilst I'm here. I want to investigate that. I also want to investigate, well, basically I want to go and look at the roller coaster as well. Anything that looks interesting is going to get poked at today. I have no idea what it's going to lead to. Not a clue. I think that might be it here. I do think, however, that it is time to start attacking because this guy's standing right next to this. Let's go. Boom. His worries are over. And mostly, they didn't listen. Look at them. Completely unconcerned by the death of their colleague. Are you heading over there? Is that explodable? Oh, I think it might be. He's walking that way. That's close enough, stop. Oh. I've got to get that rather than him, though. There we go. Yes! 2 down. With not a bullet fired. I'm not saying there aren't going to be bullets fired. I've packed my guns specifically because I'm not naive anymore about when you go to places where other people are. Basically, they're there because they want to be there and they don't want you to be there. That's how it works in this game. Territorial nature seems to be ingrained in these people. I think relatively safe being where I am back there. I'm out of detection range anyway. No, I don't think I can attract this. Oh, hang on. I can distract him to that and then explode this. Come on, come on. You can do it. Come on, your curiosity's got the better of you. Is he going to be too far away from it? Darn it, I think he's too far away. But you know, I don't think he's going to get any nearer, so I'll try it. Oh no, he wasn't too far away. As it turns out, it was fine. Tactic. And he was one of the ones on the lower level. She's saying, where? Oh, now we're going to get bodies discovered. Aren't we? Wait for it. It's a body. It's a body. She's saying, that looks like a body. She's kicking it. Yeah, it's definitely a body. I've seen bodies before. That's what they look like. All right. Sooner or later, I'm going to run out of my ability to use explodables to deal with these people, and I'm going to have to start taking them on. I'm under no illusion here. I don't particularly want to use quick hacks. You're right, I could. But I'm having fun at the moment as someone who never felt comfortable at all using guns. I'm having fun making myself do this. Does that actually... let's distract him. And then I might be able to explode it. Come on. Yes! There is also sonic shock. But to detonate it is probably the better of the two options. Kaboom! Oh, maybe not. Okay, I've learned something there. Never mind. There's always this one here that I can distract him to now. Quite often when you activate these things, they do produce a sort of animation. I've noticed now. It took me ages to notice this. That'll do. There we go. Oh, he's lost his head. Where'd the rest of his body go? Where is the rest of your body? Oh, that's beastly. Oh, friend coming to investigate. I'm running out of things I can make go boom boom. I don't think I've got a better view of him from here. There he is. That's the same guy, I think, but it's not really helping particularly. And this is too far up, I'm going to say. No, yeah. Okay, I think... Oh, wait a second, what's that up there? Is that close to you? Let's try this. I can barely see that person, but they have been distracted by it. And they are walking over to it, and I am going to blow it up. Kaboom! I will take it. I'll take that any day. I think we may have reduced their forces by approximately half. And I think now it's time to stop skulking about. Oh gosh, there's somebody up there I haven't even tagged. How did that happen? That was terrible. No, not that one. Yes, that one. In the comments, by the way, somebody said they were surprised just how much of an affinity V had for the Plan B. And I wasn't, because as a person who doesn't like getting to be familiar with weapons, I find the process really quite hard. This weapon, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. In my next playthrough, I'm going to make myself not use the Plan B, because it would just be too easy to use the Plan B, and I've got to have differences between my Vs each time I play. So that's something I've decided already, but I'm going to cry the day I have to get rid of this. I'm going to buy it, the largest bottle of gun oil, and I looked that up to make sure it's an actual thing that I can find. No, you're not my mama, and I'm not coming to you. That's a horrible thing to suggest. Why would I want to? This is going to be a very awkward shot, which I should be using my sniper rifle for. You're quite correct.
I only want to talk.
Yeah, sure, I've heard that one before. But I'm just proving a point. See what I mean about the Plan B? I am going to miss this weapon. I really am. Now, these cameras are live and I need to find them. Is that the one I've done already? Nope. Turn it off. That one is gone. I don't know how many there are now. There were certainly only 3 down this end. I could be looting. You're correct. Yes, there's... Not a job for someone who's just eaten something. I do have some snacks on my table. She actually sort of arranged herself quite symmetrically. I would say that's the most symmetrical death pose I've seen so far. In Dogtown or Pacifica, even. There ought to be an award, don't you think? I can see them unveiling it now, and the award for the most symmetrical death pose goes to rustle of envelope. Nameless woman on the lower level of the entrance to the Ferris wheel. No. Look, there's a lot of noise here. There's a lot of radios playing. I'm kind of minded to turn them all off as I'm going round. Hello? Ooh, earthquake. Just occasionally when you catch your foot on some object, it does. It could have been that did it. The broken pulsar could have been the thing that was tripping me up. It could have been this, which I didn't even notice was there. Just occasionally makes you stutter as you're walking. Look at these crates that I didn't spot there. Hostile area? Really? You mean there are bad guys here? No. I'd better be careful then. That, I'm telling myself, is not blood. I think it's just smeared paint. It's really not blood, okay? It isn't. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, this would have been a good vantage point from which to attain access to this level. There's a camera. Just there. Turn it off. Thank you. I could put them in friendly mode, you're quite right. I just prefer turning them off. Previously I used to turn them off ballistically, using Plan B or some other such weapon. At least nowadays I do actually use the hacks to turn them off most of the time. Little asterisk there, most of the time. Don't stand next to that. If someone shoots you, you'll blow up. I speak from experience, because I've done that to other people. Oh, there he is, wedged away in the corner with his tier 1 components. I have to say it's a lovely day for it. It's not the bluest of blue skies I've seen in the game. It's relatively blue. It's a little milky, the sunshine today, don't you think? I would talk to these people, but they won't talk to me. Oh, I can't wait to talk to Misty. It's not until you don't have her around that you miss people like that. Thanks. It just helps, you know. Okay. What do we have here? We have a rat scavenger. Ooh, easy, easy. We do not want to reveal ourselves too soon here. Let's just continue along the way. I'm going to have to watch myself here because this bottom end looks like a more concentrated area in terms of obstructions and interruptions to sight lines. That could be a thing I do not want to have. There is a ladder there, which is very useful. I wonder if all of these little buildings have got these yellow ladders. No, but they have got walkways in between them. Excellent. Ooh, and some ammunition. Handgun ammo. Yes, please. Terrific. This is quite the vantage point. It's very colourful down here, isn't it? It's such a shame, really. I often think this when I think about Pacifica, that it was kind of just getting there when everything went wrong. You know, it could have been the jewel of the whole place. It could. It could have been the thing that people travelled to the area for. It could have been its claim to fame. It's certainly a claim to fame now, not quite in the manner in which I think the fathers of the city intended. There are definitely bad guys around here. There's also a camera directly beneath me, which, were I able to, I would lean over and turn off, but unfortunately the angle that I'm at, I don't believe I can. I could turn that on for some reason. I don't particularly want to because it's not night time. I don't really want to be around here in night time. Right, we have no options now. I'm going to have to go down, I think. So I'll go off this edge here without using the ladder, and we will proceed in a direction towards the wheel itself, being super cautious. There it is. There's the camera. Oh, oh. Oh, I hear people. Camera, there you are. No. Turn off. Oh, come on. It didn't take that long, did it? I thought I was only there for a second or two. That seems very mean. And now people don't like me. Oh, heck. And some of them are a bit speedy. Whoa, okay. Look behind you. More than one of them's speedy. Unless it's the same one being very speedy. I don't know. This is a rabbit warren now.
Cargo stays intact.
Cargo stays intact. Does it? What cargo's that? Now I'm intrigued to find out. There was always going to be some sort of firefight here, I think. Oh, crikey, I'm really not being careful with this map. They've pushed me all the way back down to here. And I'm standing next to an explodable cylinder again. Just like I told myself not to a minute ago. Alright, I'm going to have to take the fight to them to a degree. Let's reload. And my plan B is going to have to prove itself here. I saw that. I saw that, you sneaky person, you. They're trying to flank me a little, I think. In fact, they may have called out in a language I don't understand, flank him, before he realises we're trying to do it. There's someone right over there, but he's shooting at me. Can I get a grenade on him? It's a bit of a precarious throw. Let's see what that does. Oh. That noise is encouraging. It may have done some damage, even if it didn't destroy him completely. Oh. First time I missed. That was my fault. Oh, that was your fault. Smile for the camera. Is he still moving? Is he gone? I think he's gone. Yes, I believe he's gone. I'm checking the mini-map to see. Looked like he was twitching a little bit. Post-mortem there. Yes. You see, there's definitely, as we can see, more than one person in play here. And some of them have special abilities. I don't think that guy had much of a special ability. His special ability was sticking his head round corners. His entire family used to do that. Okay. Now that's a shot. And maybe a grenade. All the way over there. Zzz. Good sound effect, huh? I believe so. Nice. Reload again. Yes. If you say so. Ooh. Go on, being cautious again and put your head up like that. I dare you. I'm trying to keep roughly where they were. Oh, staggered him a bit. And a grenade, I think. There. Oh, you've both run into the grenade. That was foolish of you. Conversation seems to have stopped.
Together, don't split.
I know.
Trying.
Stay together, don't split. Oh, you went and split, didn't you?
You won't get away with that.
I wouldn't be sure about that if I were you. I have a history of getting away with it.
We'll find you and we'll chop you into fucking pieces.
That's not nice.
There. I ain't crazy.
No, and you're not anything now. I think that might be it. I'm looking at the mini-map. Oh no, hang on. There was a boss mentioned, wasn't there? I think he might be the sole survivor here. If there is just one left, I think that's him. I'll go over this way. I'll grab these. Someone's lunch. Oh, no! Quickly grab that, quickly. Oh, it's got an archive conversation on it. I might have to come back. I don't want to stand and read it while I'm being shot at. It seems impolite. Do you mind not shooting while I read this? Shard, thank you. I like shards, as you know. I you kiddie. Lots of them. Yeah, we're not here yet. This really was a suspected organised crime activity. I suspect they're organised. And they're criminals too. Do I go around this bit here? I think I do. I'd love to get into a corner here, so I've only got forwards facing to worry about. Don't do that, you'll give away your location. Go around kicking cans. See what I mean? That guy said, huh? Because I kicked that can. This is quite good fun, rooting around here.
Man, I hate this calorie poor shit.
This is like playing hide and seek, but it's a deadly version. Will you turn that radio off? Thank you. Doesn't matter how many you turn off, there always seems to be one more.
Be your friend, I do.
Yeah, I want to give you my grenade to try out. Ooh. All those bales got disturbed. But someone might still be around.
Hey, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're a bitch.
Okay. Oh, ow, ow, oh, ow. Crikey. I mean, there are bodies here. There are many bodies here. I'll do a bit of looting while I'm here, but I've got to keep running because I'm being shot at. And I take exception to that. Excuse me a second, are you still alive? Don't be.
You want more lead?
Ow, ow, ow. Painful. There you are. Oh. Took two, but two will do. Is that a camera I have turned off? No. So let's turn it off now. Excellent. Right. Now it's gone a little quieter again. There's still radios everywhere. That's my mission today, to turn radios off wherever I am. Okay, I think we're getting near the crux of it now. I'm going to turn this radio off. No. There's always one more radio. Okay, I think we can do some looting. Have we done it? Have we finished? And I do have a body to find somewhere that had a shard on to pick up. There's no one calling out. I think we might have achieved it. Let's see what we've got. Got some tier components there. Leon Rinder is calling me. Now? Just hang on a minute. I'm a tad busy. Oh God. So many crosses on the map. The density of them is confusing. It appears to be here somewhere. But I must be upstairs then, because I can't see you. Yeah. Ooh. And an archive conversation. This was the boss guy that we were told about. Archive conversation, Stanislav is at Zibsko to 24 recipients, Stanislav. First things, first keep your traps shut on this. Anyway, our story goes the animals jumped Goose and stole all those high-tech implants he was transporting from the tigers. And don't go feeling sorry for the guy, he was good tune, but he started getting too smart. Tigers should buy it. Goose got zeroed for real. But none of you say a word to them or go prancing around with those implants. The whole haul's going to Soviet motherland. Okay, warnings to the 24 subordinates, it will be, not just recipients, about behaving themselves and not giving the game away about what went down here. Subsequently, of course, other things went down as well. That being me. Hi. It's a body. Here we go. Spider. And he's got rather a nice arched back approach to relaxation. He's doing a correspondence course. Relaxation for scouts. This terrible predominance of them having bad backs and things like that, I think. I missed something up here. I don't know whether I have. Ah, there is some ammunition. I'll take the helmet ammo. Thank you. But yeah, there's a cross down there. I can't quite see it. I don't know where it is. I want to get more towards the juicy ones down here. Mind the fire. You will set yourself on fire. What did I just say? Loot and loot. Thank you. And there's still some more to be had over the far side of here. I can't quite see how, unless it's round the back of the wheel. It must be. Let me go around the other side. Here we are, somewhere up here. Directly ahead of me, there we go. There we do go. Ah, this was my man. Yes. He has an archive conversation too. Isn't that exactly the same conversation? That is exactly the same conversation. Very good. And is there anything else do we have here? That central area where they kind of gathered looked interesting. I might go back and look at that. The Ferris wheel. That's going to be my area of attention in a moment. Whilst I'm here, because I'm here. I didn't realise it was going to take me all the way up to it, but there you go, it did. So I might have to scout a little bit just to make sure I've not missed anything. Quite what it would be, I do not know. But I'm willing to bet there's something else here that I've missed. I haven't found a box. I haven't found a computer. I haven't found a laptop. I haven't found anything of that sort. And generally speaking, that doesn't sit well with me. There ought to be something like that. Don't you think? If this is an organised crime activity, serious organised crime activity of the type that we're talking about, there ought to be something like that. So I'm going to explore till I find it. Might have to do an edit here if it takes me a while to do it. I was right, there is a laptop. I found it. Let's have a look and see what's on it. Messages 1 saved my life. Oh, this is an old one. We have seen this before. It's one of those begging letters. This is the guy who does, yes, he helps people corrupt with evil spirits that live in old cyber implants. That one we have seen. Let's look at Files 1. Today's Hunt. Loot Dogtown. And then there's a reference number with it. 1. Dynalar TX43 OptiZoom. This is what they've been grabbing from people. 2. Biodyne Scalar 4. Human tissue to be removed. 3. Bodyweight LPS Decentralized Heart 3 times 5. 4. Militech Svalin, is that? 9F, 15 square feet of skin. This is getting worse. 5. More technologies, Housestock W, 3 hands. Gross. That's just awful. I need some medical supplies to make me feel better. Right, that is done. Now, if I could find... I could turn it off. I can't find all the radios here, and I'm sort of giving up because what I did notice when I was looking around is this. They've got these huge columnar speakers here. There's some of them standing up and some of them lying down. So it's no wonder there's a lot of noise around in this area. They seem to like their music. Okay, I am here for this though. The Ferris wheel. Now, I mean, I'd love to... The Ferris wheel. It's a Ferris wheel. How do you distract enemies with a Ferris wheel? I don't understand. You can use the Ferris wheel, but how does that work? When I use one of those cylinder things, like, you know, one of these, not specifically that one, but the tall ones, you know, the big ones, the full-size ones, they emit a gas which distracts them. And when you distract them with like something that's motorised, the motor comes on sometimes, and that distracts them. How do you distract them with this? I am willing to try this. Distract enemies. The Ferris wheel moves. Oh. I mean, it's making terrible creaky noises, but it moves. How? I can't ride the Ferris wheel. I cannot ride the Ferris wheel. Can I? How? Excuse me. How would I even get onto the Ferris wheel? Ooh, not like that for a start. But hey, marks for trying. Can I climb into it? There are no doors. As far as I can tell, it's fenced and netted, so there's no way in. I ought to be able to climb up there because it's not tall. I'm up. Oh, I'm sort of up. I'm kind of having to push forward on the stick, I think, to keep myself. It feels like I'm going to fall off. I've fallen off. He never quite gets on. You just get this feeling that his toes are on the very edge of it. And that is, yeah, that's all. Let's have one more go. Yeah! No, let's have two more goes. Get in the middle so it's lowest. Go. I'm on, but I can't stay on. I can't jump further. I can see my hands even. This is not helping. I'm just getting a headache. Alright, that's a fail. From this side, it's a fail. Doesn't mean necessarily it's a fail from the other side. What is the other side? Pretty much the same though, isn't it? Oh, that feels a bit more like I'm on it. Can I let go of pushing forwards and stay on? I don't think I can because it's not me moving him from side to side there. The animation is moving him from side to side as if he's teetering on the very brink of the wheel. Yeah, he falls off when I take my finger off. And I'm sure I can't get into these gondolas. I mean, I get a tantalising glimpse in one. Yeah. And then I bang my head. I don't know how that works. File that away for the future. There must be a way of doing this. Also, I did not recover, and I've looked for it, a box of any sort. Sometimes you get an NCPD box. I've just spotted some ammunition there. I'm not intending to be utterly exhaustive of my exploration of this particular area because I've got other things I want to do. As I said, there are places I want to see while I'm down here. It's a sightseeing tour, really. It's supposed to be relaxation. Ouch. It's certainly hot here. They said it was going to be hot, and they were right. Okay, let's go. Leave that behind us. And we'll try to navigate a way back. This way. Down the side. Into the main area. My next port of call is going to be the other ride, I think. I think I might go and look at the roller coaster, because why not? Where did I park? Just around the corner, wasn't it? Slightly out of view. What time is it? It's 5:23 PM. I'm not going to do this in darkness, I've got to say. I might have to do some advancing of time here. Right, let's get on. Numerous yellow circles there who can all mind their own business, because I'm not here for you. I'm going to put myself at the base of the pier, somewhere there-ish. I can park up there, I think, leave the bike there, it should be safe, and then we can go on foot the rest of the way. Okay, first bit of exploration done. The Ferris wheel is a tremendous thing and it can be used to distract, but I don't know if it's possible to ride it. And if you do know in the comments, please be very careful about telling me the solution, if there is a solution, a means of doing it. I didn't find it. I'm not saying I won't keep looking during the episode, I'm saying I didn't find it. I think this is where I want to be. Round about here. There's a cap vehicle on the move over there. That's intriguing. It's gone out of reach now. That was weird, wasn't it? I will make a mental note of that and keep an eye open for it. Okay, so I want to head towards the roller coaster. Now, if my memory is correct, I don't really want to get myself in trouble here. It's going to be live and let live as far as I'm concerned. No, it's not. They're not going to let me do that. Look, I just came here for some peace and quiet. I just want to go for a ride on something, if it's possible to do so. Jump. Sneak away. There we go. That was alright, wasn't it? That wasn't so bad. We got past. I think this is it. This is the way to the roller coaster. I have been here before. I remember there were some young people, not you two, I think it was other people, just sitting where you are actually. It was an evening when I was here, and they were talking about their future, and it made me feel all optimistic that there was going to be one for them. Because I don't know if that's the case or not. That says Mega Ride over there. I think I might be in the wrong place here. Although this is interesting. Am I dreaming, or does that get so close to the ground that you could actually get onto it? Ooh, I don't know. But that's a tantalising prospect, isn't it? If you miss, you're in the drink, as they say. There might be other places where I could do that. How close does the roller coaster get to the Ferris wheel? That's another thought. I don't know. Anyway, let's get up here where the Mega Ride is. Up the stairs, and we'll see if it's possible to investigate the roller coaster close up. I am going to have to advance time here. There's no way I'm spending the night down here in darkness. It's just not safe. Hello. I'm here on my holidays. Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a second. That's part of the track there. I could ask the staff, but there'd be nobody here, will there? There is a roller coaster cart. RC432 roller coaster cart. Year of manufacture 2068. Hardware status. Safety locks active due to overdue maintenance. Subsystem power delivery failure. Emergency power off. Out of order due to power failure and active safety locks. It's out of order. But it doesn't say that it can't be made functional. I mean, that could be one way of getting to the Ferris wheel. But how do I... Let me go and ask the staff. There'll be nobody in. I bet they haven't been paid in ages. I mean, you only got to see the amount of graffiti on it to realise that this is probably a forlorn hope on my side. Yeah, there is nobody coming to talk to me from that. This was the queuing system where you came in. And then you went up there. And so if there's a power facility here, where will it be? I've got cables. Are they scannable? They're not, because sometimes cables are, and that's a big clue. No big clues today, although there are more cables over there. It's dark in there. I don't like it. That's alright, it's a wall. It looked like it was an actual opening because of the way the light was reflecting on it. I don't know, there's something powerish up there. What are you when you're about? Oh, you're a turret. A broken security turret. Ah, that's sad. Oh, now I'm in sort of cool runnings mode. I don't know where it's going to be. There's some more hardware over there. It's going to go dark soon. Summerish though it is. Any of this scannable? No. None of it is scannable. This is irksome. I would love to get this thing running, but I don't know how. Ooh. Now there was me saying, is there a section of track that actually goes so close to the ground you could get on it? Yes, there is. Right over there. That I could do. Maybe I should go... Maybe I should go down there? Do you think I should go down there? Let's go up here. Honestly, I'm probably driving those of you mad who know the answers to these things, and I'm terribly sorry if I am. But I don't, you see? Yeah, I could. You're right. I'm sure I could ask people, and they'd tell me, but I'd rather... Oh dear, I need some oil on the bearings. That sounds poorly. I'd rather either find it or not find it by myself. I just think it's got to be possible, hasn't it? Doesn't it have to be possible, since I've found something which is sort of saying to me, this would work, if only. Yes, look at this. You really can get on the track. So to answer my question, how close does this get to the Ferris wheel? Careful, Clive. Let me do that question first. Very close. Look at that. It might be an optical illusion, but I think that track is awfully close to the Ferris wheel there. Alright, okay. That's in my brain now. Also in my brain is, how do I get this working? I don't know. It's too hard. What was that? Something's showing up over there. Oh no, it's just multiple signatures showing up. It's nothing specific. There is a lower level, isn't there? There is a lower... Wait. That's an electrical panel. That's an electrical panel. Repair it. And it does what? It's on. Yes, I know it's on. But what has it actually achieved? I'm sort of stuck down here now. I'm back up. Look at the way the paper's blowing about here. I love these little animations. I mean, yeah, the paper tends to disappear sometimes, where you could argue it shouldn't. It should continue to exist and disappear out of view more gently, but come on, really? I mean, is that... What do I do now? Is that it? Oh, no! No. You are... not...
anything you're gonna scream like a little girl.
Johnny is in with me. Oh no! You're not being serious. Will you look at this? Man! Just look at it. It's jaw-dropping. Wow. God, we're going to go really high up. We're going to get a really good vantage point. We're going really high up. Oh no. I have this thing about heights. I'm okay with them, but I do like there to be like barriers, safety features. Oh. Johnny's saying, what are you looking at? I'm looking at us going vertically. Oh. Hang on to your peanuts. Oh, that's superb. Raise arms. Yes, raise arms. Ooh. Raise arms. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. How's Johnny? He's smiling. There's my Ferris wheel. Oh, okay. We're going to get a good look at it. Are we actually going to go right past it? I think we might. I mean, if I was brave, I'd jump off. I'm not. The game won't let me. Ooh. This is it. This is it. We're heading towards a close approach, I think. Ooh. It really does throw you about. I mean, the scenery is fantastic. This is the bit where we go past it. Just there, look on that corner. Coming up to it. I'm trying to focus. There, that's pretty. Yes, I am seeing this. It's pretty close. Is that what you meant? I mean, I'm upside down.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, the sideways views are pretty darn good, aren't they? Look at it. Whoa. And it goes on as well. Ooh.
Holy fuck.
Oh, we're back. No, I don't want it to end. Oh. Pretty darn good. Is that it? Oh, we're being kicked out now. Okay, get out. I'll get out. But I now know there is a close approach to the Ferris wheel. Alright, I'm going to have to walk there. It's a long way. I'm not running. There's no way I'm running. What can we talk about while we're waiting? Yeah, so another subject from the comments this week. The business of Arasaka versus Militech, and will it ever end? I don't think it ever will. I think we're in the middle of a Cold War at the moment, and that's what's going on with all this probing of the AI interfaces with the Black Wall and general meddling with AI and AI entities themselves. All sides realise it's a very high stakes thing. They're all, I think, a little scared of the AIs too, but they're not allowing their trepidation to overcome their avarice. They also see potentially massive benefits to being able to harness these AIs and use them as a threat, because it's not like other parts of technology in warfare sense where one side develops something first and the other side catches up over time. Again, we've seen this happen many times. The AIs are a slightly different kettle of fish in that if it is the rogue AIs in particular that people are after, how can I talk to you and do this at the same time? Then there are a limited number of them. And therefore, it's possible to possess the finite set of them. And if someone gets there first and has them... Oh, easy there. I really don't want to fall off and kill myself, but I'm willing to risk it for science. Just here. I could leap across there. You're quite right. I'm not going to. I hope I've gone the right way. Oh, gold. This is awfully steep. I think I've gone the wrong way. Oh, man. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, if there's a finite set of them and someone possesses the whole lot, then what do? They've got the advantage, the tactical advantage forever. They can hold that over you. It's a sword of Damocles in effect as well, because just as it might be a weapon for them to use, having that high status in the world, also it could bounce back on them. You could be envious of them, but actually they could be the people living under the threat of what these AIs might do if they rebelled against them too. I am seriously not brave enough to jump across there. So I'm going to just pause here. I will retrace my steps all the way back and go the other way. I'll be back with you in a minute. This is a curious thing. Whilst I was running backwards down the hill here, I've come across some tyre tracks on the actual surface of the roller coaster track, and I'm wondering what on earth, how that can be. That is something I might have to remember. It's curious. Right, I've run all the way back down again. I just wanted to pause while I showed you that because I found it incongruous. I'm going to get the other side of the actual carriage here and run all the way around again back up to where we meet the Ferris wheel. Back with you in a second. Well, that was a nerve-wracking 2 or 3 minutes. I've gone all the way around the roller coaster. Actually, I found another area where the ground was almost met by the track, where I could have hopped on and saved myself a little bit of this, but I didn't. It's 7:51 p.m. on the clock, and I'm on, I think, the closest point of approach to the Ferris wheel. Now, let's just test a theory before we start. This is still going to work, is it? I can still distract enemies by rotating it. I can. What concerns me about this is the jerkiness of it, because if I were to attempt to leap across there, even if I were successful and landed on it, then surely in the process of it moving like this, I'm going to get thrown off. Am I not? So I don't know. I really don't know. The gondolas themselves are not scanning in any way as being able to be opened. It's simply the Ferris wheel. I can't find any other features of it that scan differently or that produce different results when I do try to scan them. So from that point of view, I'm pretty sure I might be able to jump onto it. My problem is, how do I get off without killing myself? It's a long way down. I don't think a double jump's going to save me from that height. And I've not practiced double jumping anyway. Who are you people? Are you just ordinary citizens? Yes, they are. Good. I really don't want there to be any problems down there either when I get down. I don't know what to do. If I jump and he falls, then I've flatlined him. For what? For the sake of trying to find out whether I could cling on to what's left of a decrepit, unreliable, mechanically unsound Ferris wheel that does this. That does, in fact, even, if I get the right thing, this. It's not moving now. Is that because I'm using distract enemies differently for some reason? Oh, now it's working. Oh, okay, so you can only do it if you ping the actual superstructure, not the gondola cars. Ah. Well, that's a subtle difference then, which I wasn't aware of. It's just such a long way down. I don't think I can do this, is what I'm saying. I'm playing the game with no backsies. In other words, events have consequences. I have to stop and ask myself authentically, would V risk his life in my playthrough to leap across here onto a gondola simply for the sake of being able to say he did it? If the opportunity was there to get out without dying and not flatline? I think he would. I think he'd walk away. I think he would say that he'd investigated it sufficiently to make him not be curious now about whether it was possible to ever actually ride this thing. I think that's the answer. On that basis, and I'm sorry if it disappoints any of you that I've not jumped across or tried to here and killed myself in the process, I'm going to climb back down and continue my exploration. Back with you in a second. Morning everybody, it's approaching 6 AM. As you can see, I managed to find somewhere to sleep and have breakfast this morning as well. Here's the thing, I'm staring at the Ferris wheel and the roller coaster track for the obvious reason that I am sure in the comments there'll be people saying you should have tried to jump, it wouldn't really have mattered. If you fell off and flatline, so what? You know, you can just reload from a different save. Well, firstly, I don't do that. I don't use different saves to reload when things go wrong like that. I show you them going wrong. But secondly, and more importantly, it's not in keeping with what my V would do. This is a lived playthrough where he's trying to stay alive. He has enough risky situations to cope with without adding more frivolous ones like this. Now, yeah, I totally get the point that in the game it may be possible, and I've already said please don't tell me if it is. I don't want to know the mechanism of doing it. I was trying that up to a point where I realised how harebrained it was, and it was going dark too, and the track was slippery. I don't really want to know the how, if it is possible. I'm delighted if it is possible for those people who persist in these things and discover these things and who are willing to let their V die 99 times for the 100th time when they make it work. But that's not me. In my playthrough, decisions have consequences. And in that scenario, there is no way my V would have taken that leap unnecessarily onto that gondola. And that's just me. That's how I feel it, role-playing the game. Okay, so I just thought I'd explain that because, you know, as I said, I know there'll be people who'll be disappointed saying, oh, you really should have tried, you know. Yeah, okay, I get your point, but I hope you get mine too. Right, now talking of things I wanted to do, that structure over there, can I get to a lower level here? Kind of. It's going to hurt a little bit. But not too much. That's made my feet sting, like it does when you do that. Do you remember being a kid where you used to jump from things you shouldn't have done, and the way your feet really sting when you land? I can still feel it now. I'll jump down here then. Ooh, that was softer. One of the things I want to do is go and explore that structure. There's the road. There is transport, well, of sorts. Okay. That looks like quite militaristic transport heading that way. Now I'm wondering what this structure is out here. But there's only one way to get there, as far as I can work out, apart from using the road, which I'm not going to do, of course, because, hey, it's a holiday by the seaside. What's a holiday by the seaside if you don't get wet? Yes, I should have brought bathing costume for him. No, I didn't. I've advanced time to morning, obviously, for the very reason that I knew I was going to be attempting to do this last night. Also, it's terrific just spending some time underwater, I think, and taking in the flora and, I was going to say fauna, but we'll see. Got to watch my oxygen levels. I'm just heading in a rough direction here towards it. Let's talk about El Capitan while we're waiting. I'm looking down at the list of points I've got on my pad here. In response to the fact that I failed miserably on the timing of one of my El Cap gigs, a number of people have chimed in correctly, I think. You know, they've got experience, they're speaking from what they've observed, to say that sometimes it is literally impossible. The game will set you a distance to travel, a time allocation in which to do it, and it can't be done. In their experience, that is, they're sharing what they have found with me. I haven't tried this, so I don't know. It made me feel slightly better, but also slightly worse, because that first attempt I made, where I failed by, it must have been a second, no more than 2 seconds, it was so close, and there were things that I bumped into which I shouldn't have done, and if I hadn't, I'd have made it. I need to surface to breathe, otherwise I'm going to die. There we go. Hey, we're getting there. This is quite good. It's getting deep out here. Let's have a look at the seabed. Seabed? Baybed. But they did actually point this out, that, you know, sometimes it is literally impossible to do this. I really don't mind. I'm keen to try. It's a good excuse for fast driving, and I need an excuse for fast driving, as you know, because I won't choose to do it habitually at all. Give me the opportunity of going slowly and taking 2 or 3 times as long to get to a place, and I will take the slowest method and get there in one piece. I've spent enough time not getting there in one piece. Yeah, what I did find out though in one of my last encounters was I hit an indestructible tent. I didn't know such a thing existed. I thought the material of a tent would be such that when a vehicle struck it, it would deform, it would lose its structural integrity. No such luck. It retained it 100%, and it was like running into concrete. I made the joke, I think, in the comments section. I don't know how you'd fold that tent up to put it away. I certainly don't know how you'd carry it if you could fold it up. It would not fit into a rucksack, and you wouldn't be able to pick it up if it was made of that sort of material. But it didn't move at all. When my vehicle hit it, I might as well have hit a large rock. Also, I think I've just realised that if I press... There is a way of swimming faster here, is there not? Not that I'm in a particular rush to do anything quickly in this bit of the playthrough. Now, isn't that interesting? All of the undergrowth here, all the weeds and other plants have gone as we've approached this structure, and it's just been replaced by a sandy bottom to it with... Yeah, I mean, there's bits of vegetative material here that look like they were part of something once, but no longer are. Okay, I think I'm there. I am there. Land! Land ahoy! I don't know what this is, but we'll find out together. Can I? I presume I can climb out. I'd be an awful shame if I've come all this way and I can't. Can I get out now? Yes. Yes, I can. Or kinda. Yeah, I'm a bit wet. How far did we... It seems like a long way, and it's not a long way. I'll probably go back the same way I've come, just to warn you. Alright. I'm presuming this is unoccupied. I mean, I have nothing to base that upon. Whoa. Now, in a sense, this feels liminal, because it feels like there should be people here, but also it feels like it's kind of an almost automatic facility. I'm looking around for signs of habitation. There are no benches. There's no litter. It's clean, this place. How's that work? But there are handrails, so obviously people are meant to come here at some point. Also, there was a ladder I could have used, and there are newspapers, so people have been here. It's kind of spooky around this parts. I like it. I like it very much. I don't know what these really tall structures are out here. Someone's probably going to tell me it looks like it's almost a tidal barrier type thing. Or maybe it's to do with power generation. I have no idea. But this is good. This is cool out here. I don't know that there's anything scannable. But it's solved a question in my mind as to what's here, at least. There's a lot of power cables, which don't do much, they just terminate in boxes. Ooh, wait a second. I've got a lootable body? No, perhaps not. I've got a weapon. I've got a liberty. And I have got a body with an archive conversation. Okay, taped square glasses, ram jolt. Oh, I'm jumping for joy. And an archive conversation. I will read this. Archive conversation, Silans and Vigil. Silans. Aveg sends his regards. Vigil. He won't talk to me in person. Silans. No, he's too high up. Placide might find out. Placide? Vigil. Let's suppose I accept that excuse. Silence. We have the data you wanted, uploaded to a physical carrier. We'll deliver it the old-fashioned way. We can't transfer it. Our people might intercept the transfer. Vigil. If we're meeting in person, how do I know this isn't a trap? Silence. We're risking just as much as you are. If they catch us making deals with Netwatch, we're as good as dead. Vigil. So what does Aveg want in return? Silence. Remove Placide from the picture. More details at the meet. Oh man. So these are rogue voodoos trying to do a deal with Netwatch? intending to, as a result, be paid by Placide being deposed. Whoa, meaty. Hey, what's this? I have a thing on fire. Those are shards. They're burning the evidence. They're destroying the evidence. I have more bodies. I have more bodies. Well, this one's just a body. But this one has a weapon. It's a crusher. And... is that it? Ooh, hang on a second. Badge number PRE 291294. Agent name Bryce Mosley. Warning, caution advised. What have I just walked into here? You're Bryce Mosley? Then who's Bryce Mosley? Oh man, this is just so convoluted as to be unbelievable. But it looks like this is what happened. There were some rogue voodoo boys who were selling information to Netwatch, and the payoff was to be that Placide was to be removed, and everyone's dead. If that really is the Bryce Mosley, then who was the Bryce Mosley before that we encountered? Has he been sending out like duplicates of himself? People pretending to be him into situations that were a bit risky? This was risky. Maybe this is a duplicate. Maybe that was Bryce Mosley. I don't know what's gone on here. I do know that someone wiped everybody out. So the likelihood of that being then is that Placide, or someone related to Placide in terms of hierarchy, found out what was going on here, trailed them to this meat location and nuked them. And now I've just noticed we have some graffiti there. Voodoo Boys. I think that was done after they did it. They've tagged it as a warning. I don't see any more graffiti. Bit more there. Alright, does he look like a... oh... I don't see any more graffiti around this place though. I haven't encountered any other graffiti. I was just saying how clean the place was. Man, that was worth swimming across here for. Now I'm really intrigued. I'm glad I didn't climb up there. There's the road that I was talking about. And these are the large vehicles that travel down this way, although that one disappeared when I zoomed in on it. That's a shame. Okay, that was good. I really enjoyed that. That was excellent. I don't think there's going to be any mileage climbing on the roofs of these buildings, and I'm not sure I can. But is there anything else around here? You've got me wondering now. You've got me wondering. I can get onto the roofs of these buildings. There's a ladder I can climb too. Can I really go up there? Is that allowed? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Go on then. Oh, I can't. It won't let me. Oh, it's a fake yellow ladder. It's a fladder. In fact, it just looks like it's meant to be climbable. Oh, that's a shame. However, it would take a great deal to suppress my enjoyment of having found all that here. I'll go down this way. My feet. I'm going to be really clever about this and use the ladder that was provided for my convenience over this side. That was excellent. I'd always wondered what was across in these structures. Now it's got me wondering about the other ones of them too. There are other things out here. Some of these things are swimmable, I think. I mean, I don't know what happens if you try to swim to one of those. And we're going to find out today. Maybe that would be too much for one episode. I do want to do some exploring of the beachfront area, like I said, all around there and over towards the other pier as well, and maybe in both directions. So with that in mind, I'm going to get back into the water, I think. This looks like it must be tidal then, given the fact that it's so wet up to a sort of position here, and then it slowly dries out. You see that? I think it might be. I've never actually stopped to wonder whether it's tidal around here or not. I'm back in the water. I'm going to shuffle my pieces of paper here. I have got my iPad, but I've got some pieces of paper with bullet points on too, because I'm old-fashioned, that's why. Sometimes I print them out, sometimes I don't. Yes. This might be a good time to talk about this. V getting friendly with other females has come up, whilst Panam waits patiently back in Night City. Yeah, specifically the girls from Uzcracks, I think Blue Moon in particular there. The girl he dances with at Heavy Hearts as well then. It was the same girl that he danced with twice. He went before he went upstairs to see Mr. Hands, and then he danced again, I think, with the same girl when he came down. There've been other occasions too. Someone said in the comments, just imagine Panam pays an unannounced visit to V whilst he's in Dogtown, and he turns around and she's tapped him on the shoulder on the dance floor whilst he's there, asking him what on earth he thinks he's doing. Could he defend it? Would she be happy? The thing is, V is basically a done deal, isn't he? He met Panam and that was it. There was no more to be said. So although he can be friendly with other females that he meets, and occasionally out of the sort of just need to relieve the pressure, do things like trying to dance with random females that he encounters on dance floors, that's the limit of it. His dalliances with females have been quite limited when you think about it. There was the occasion he went to Jig Jig Street way back at the very start of the playthrough because I'd been told a particular bug could be cured by meeting up with a lady who would help him cure it. I've got to be ever so careful about picking the words here. That happened, of course, but then really that was it, I think. I don't think I'm missing anybody out here. I think that was it until Panam appeared on the scene, and pretty much it was a done deal at that point. I hope I'm swimming to the beach and not just swimming forever nowhere. I think I'm about there. I don't think we've got far to go. But yeah, it was quite amusing, and of course he's being me, he's pretty naive in these matters, and yeah, could have got himself in an awful pickle. So no, it's not something he would contemplate. My V is not that sort of V who would want to even entertain the prospect of something like that happening. I am going to get to this beach before I drown. The water's filthy. Oh, here we go, it's shallowing. I think we're about there. In fact, if I go down there, yes. We're swimming in about a metre of water now, that's all. Sunshine! That should dry me out. Excellent. Let's get the other side of the pillars and things here. Get up onto the beach. Now I'm going to go both ways along the seafront here and just see what there is to see, essentially. The only things I've ever encountered, I think, along beaches are, I want to say metal detectorists. I'm trying to think back to the last time I did it. I think it was metal detectorists that I saw. This is where we're underneath the track as we're going along. Okay. No way. Oh, now this can't happen. How on earth? Oh! There's a smouldering wheel. No. It was an arch as well. And now it's not. There's the remains of a motorcycle there. underneath the track where I saw the tracks, the tyre tracks on the track. Someone was riding on the track. Oh God, I'm on fire. I keep doing that. I keep standing too close to things. It wasn't that much on fire. Oh, this poor guy. And that was his end. I think I've got a lootable. Oh, if I can get close enough to loot it. I mean, he's looking very technical, isn't he? Oh, and an archive conversation. Some spray paint. €1,724, but the archive conversation I'll have. What is this? Archive conversation, Eddie Gale and Jenny Tung. Eddie. No one's ever done it before, Jenny. Jenny. Why not just drive off a cliff? Same result, and it saves us some time. Eddie. Have a little faith. I've been riding on 2 wheels longer than I've walked on 2 legs. I was literally born on a bike. Jenny. No, not literally. Eddie. Just chill out. I'm going to ride because I'm the best in the city and you're going to edit the BD because you are the best at it. Then we'll scroll a virtue that's going to make us stupid rich. Jenny. You motor brain gonk. But at least you're the only one who can get royally by this crazy stunt. And I'll still have the brain dance. Spectacular death. Like that will be worth even more. Eddie. I'll be fine. Jenny. Yeah. Just sign the forms. Eddie. Cool. Oh, Eddie, what did you do? Here lies Eddie. You wasn't ready. And now he's deady. So he tried to ride around the entire loop, I'm guessing, of the roller coaster, but we saw how wet the surface was. Depending what time of day he was doing it, his bike took a nosedive. That was Eddie. Does anybody even know he's here? That's incredibly sad. Oh my heaven. There's a lot of voodoo boys scrawled down here. That was good. Well, good. I mean, it's not good in the sense that it wasn't good for Eddie, was it? I'm going to continue around the beachfront. What I want to do is to try to get to the other pier on the far side that we can see. I'm basically just beachcombing is what I'm doing. There might be something, there might be nothing. I have no knowledge. I can see people underneath the pier. Actually, I ought to look behind me as well. Talking about people underneath the pier. Let's look at these people first and see what they're up to. There's like a bunch of tyres here, but not much else. Pacifica, you have secrets, don't you? Now I'm wondering how many of these secrets there are. That was a good one. No, these are just anonymous residents. It's the thing with off-grid things that... What are you doing, woman? I don't know what she was up to there. She looks distressed. It's the thing with off-grid that you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean, those 2 dudes over there, what are they doing? Should I even go and ask? I don't know that I can climb out there. I'd have to go all the way back up the pier. Maybe I can talk to them from in the water. Let's try it. Bleh. Oh, it's just getting dry. They could be fishing. Although I've not seen anyone fishing. Oh, he spotted me. He says, why are you in the water? Don't you know how contaminated and polluted it is? Hi, how are you?
I'm not afraid of anyone, you know?
No, I can understand that. Who's your friend? Well, not in these pockets. I can't get my hands in them because they're full of water at the moment.
I don't recognize you. Just passing through.
Yeah, I'm just sort of a long distance swimmer. I've swum a long distance. I'm going back. Alright. Let's continue along the beach. What I might do is actually go and have a look under the bottom of the pier. Let's do that. Because there's something there. There is something there, I want to say. 220 mers away. Okay. Oh, hello. I saw the barriers. I saw the barbed wire. I did not know that this was a... Just want one of them to ping. Oh, it's scavs. Okay. Ping. Oh, 4 at least. All facing... Well, 3 of them facing outwards. I don't know that I'm going to be able to tag all of them without me being seen. There do not appear to be cameras. Yeah. Gonna have to be careful. Now, I'd love to know what it is that's beyond where they are. Again, they're in my way, in a sense, because I want to go that way. I want to go out there. That's like a car there or something in the water. Most of the shoreline is featureless, but where it isn't featureless, it's worth investigating, is the principle that I'm working on. There's something over there to the left, there's something there in front of me, there's some more stuff over there to the right. And you are here too, so you're worth investigating. I'm going to investigate you the old-fashioned way, I think. Can I just distract you over there? Maybe I can. Maybe I...
Something's busting up my insides. Ever since I chipped that cortisol blocker. Fucking kabuki clocks.
Oh dear. Has he taken some enhancement? This is what we were talking about.
On what planet? Besides what'll I say? When I think about my ex, I stop getting pissed, but then I can't take a shit. I'd rather just fucking make their day.
Oh, he's very upset. He's very upset that he's been received poor service. He's been shortchanged by the people he trusted to give him his augmentation. They did not augment him to his satisfaction. I wonder if I can go around the outside of this bit here. Ooh, this is awfully risky. That's awfully risky. Why are you taking such insane risks on your holiday? You see, I won't risk jumping across to a gondola, but I will risk this. I know. I really ought to have a weapon out here, because I think I'm going to need it. Let's play hide and seek. This guy is not moving. I can, however, distract him to this, because that's close enough to do it. Go and have a look and find out. Go on, you know you want to. He does. He did. And... boom!
Who's the shrinking violet? Is it you?
Quite often they accuse me of being a shrinking violet. I'm starting to take exception to this. I don't think I deserve that label. For one thing, I'm not shrinking. Nor am I violet. Well, oh god, there's one right there next to me that I didn't spot creeping up. How did I miss you? Because I haven't tagged you, that's how I missed you.
Sure.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He's not going to be. If you were the one surviving person in here, you would now notice, I've heard that one before, that your colleagues around you were falling, wouldn't you? And that you were sort of, you were talking to people, Harry, and Harry wasn't there anymore. And increasingly you'd be calling people's names out, but getting no response. And then you get worried. This one might be a little bit more tricky actually, because I think he's coming my way for one thing. He certainly faces my way a lot. Other people have come out to join him. Calm down. Reload.
Sure.
What's there? What's there? That's there. I'm gonna miss this gun. I'm so gonna miss this gun. Alright, it says area hostile. There's kind of a weird lattice appeared on the minimap, which is curious. I don't know why it's doing that particularly, but it is. This is the scene of the recent explosion, as you can probably tell by the bits everywhere. Yeah. I will continue to loot, as it turned out. A used air hypo. Let's see what else we've got in here. We have a bin, which is I don't need anymore because I think I've dealt with... Well, I think I've dealt with everybody. That's a very good point. I don't know that I have. But, ooh. What is going on here? Spare part surgery. That's what's been going on here. Oh, good lord. Victim. I was too late to save them, but what can you do? It had already happened by the time I got here. I'm cleaning up, is what I'm doing. It's an ill wind, as they say. It's brought me some good because I'm looting. Yeah, I'll take that ammunition. I don't mind. I like the music down here. It's quite edgy. I'm not sure what it is. But it's good. It's unforgettable. It fits the location really well. Oh, look at this. 2 bunks. Food. 2 chairs. Yeah, okay. And then we've got the obvious machines that are just everywhere, aren't they? Even in places where, look at all these meds they've got in here. Are they meds? What's in those jars? Do I want to know what's in those jars? I'm not sure I want to know what's in those jars. They look like pickled onions. That's all I'm saying. They look like pickled onions. Alright? I like the music. The music was excellent. Very scene setting. Yeah, I think we're at the back of this establishment. The grid looks like it goes on further, but I think for our purposes we've reached the end of it. Nice. Alright. Well, hang on. I found another body with €18. Well, what you gonna do? They're scavs. They were scavs, I should say. They're not scavs anymore. See, there's a radio I don't mind leaving on. Pacific Dreams, it says. Nice. Perhaps they'll be having Pacific Dreams. I don't know. I want to go and investigate these things along the shoreline next. I don't think this pile of mattresses is going to reveal anything to me. It reveals nothing. But boxes could well do. The guys who were on the platform, the girl and the guy on the platform, have gone. There is nothing to be had there. There is nothing to be had here either. It's just a car that someone has dumped in here. I can dive it, I guess. Put your gun away. Can I dive this? No, the water is too shallow. It's been there a while by the looks of it. That would be my thinky thoughtage. I'm going to run into some opposition if I get too close to any of these huts, I think, because this area is pretty much claimed. That's something I have noticed in the past. That's look like a shirt. What is that? I think it's a bag. I think it's a bag, isn't it? It's a carrier bag. I'm looking at it the wrong way up. Nothing in it. Am I leaving footprints here? Just out of interest? No, I'm not. I should be. I'm sort of sliding across the surface of the sand. Yeah, there are people here. I've got to be a little bit careful. Haven't I? I mean, I can be friendly with them. Those two appear to be practicing fighting.
What if a tsunami hit? What then?
Oh, good point.
Like I should know. Another Haiti, probably. Or we sprout gills.
Hey, don't laugh. There's chrome for that. Megacorps would love it.
You see, sometimes the random NPCs
Someone from Trauma will hear you. Steal your big idea.
have really good conversations.
What? Think they're planning to flood us? Bleed us dry, too?
Think they wouldn't? If they had to scratch for it, they'd have done it ages ago.
You see, it's not as if the people going about their ordinary lives are ignorant of the bigger picture here and the existential threat. They're not ignorant of it. When they meet like this, chilling, it's a subject of conversation that comes up. It's not far from everybody's mind. That is really quite interesting, because you could assume they're just living a life of blissful ignorance. There is something over there, which looks like a boat. I will go to look at that in a moment. These two guys are just sparring here. That's what I was doing earlier. It can end in tragedy, let me tell you. It did for me. I just took a pause there to have a proper comfort break. It's very warm in the office today actually, which is unusual because it hasn't been warm recently at all. The weather forecast this morning did say it's warming up for the next 7 days straight, so quite what to make of that I don't know. But yeah, I needed to recharge my orange container as well, so I have done this. Right, let's go down to the boat. There is a... I hope it's not food. There is a collectible here. Hang on, no, it's a body. Whoa, hang on. Whoa, hang on. There's also things out in the water? There are things out in the water. Okay, let's do this systematically. We have a carrier bag again, just like the one I saw a moment ago, and a body whose head is half buried in the sand and is giving me 65 euro dollars. And no identification, so whether he is connected to the boat, I am not sure. The boat is not going anywhere. There is a satchel which has an M221 Saratoga Tier 5++ power submachine gun. Ooh, give it to me. And 2,811 eddies, and more importantly still, a shard. An archive conversation, Theo Farron and the Human Project. Isn't that is it Children of Men? Is that the title that I'm thinking of? I think it is. Archive conversation, Theo Farron and the Human Project. Theo Farron. What's the plan? The Human Project. Once you have the mother and kid, go down into the sewers, entrance from ground level. There will be a boat. You'll take it out into open waters. Our people will be about half a mile off the NC coast. The ship will only wait for 15 minutes before leaving. Theo. Understood. And in case we run into trouble? The Human Project. The Arasaka gear is important, but the kid's safety is your #1 priority. If you can, the goal's to secure both. Theo. Okay, got it. The Human Project. The girl must be saved from Arasaka. Theo. I'm on the move. The Human Project. Keep us in the loop. Theo. Theo, report in. Theo. We're waiting at the rendezvous point. The Human Project. Good. Status? Theo. The girl and mother are unharmed. Me, not so much. Think they finally got me this time. Guess it happens to the best of us. The girl. She's a living wonder. Yes, I think that's what this is. I think it's a tribute to Children of Men. That's what I think. My memory might be erroneous, but I'm sure somebody in the comments will comment and give feedback on that, regardless of what the case may be. Those 3 things out there in the water intrigue me, but so does this boat. I wish to dive it. Can I even do this? How deep is the water here? Not deep enough. Can I... Oh no, it is deep enough. Okay, to a degree I can just about get under the surface. It has an identifier. It's a very sleek looking vessel actually. The lines below the surface are far more high tech than what you can see from above. From above it looks very ordinary indeed, and quite sort of decrepit. And it's none of those things. I think this boat would have done the job. It didn't get the chance, is the thing. Where were those markers? Well, that's a crate. And next to it is a crate. And the third one is maybe a box, not a crate. Okay, let's do the third one first, because it's right in front of us. It's not deep, I'm pleased to say. They're showing up. Good. I'm glad the markers are showing up. What do we have? This is a medical box with medical gauze in it, that's all. I think I can do 2 on one breath here. I think I'm okay. I might be able to do all 3 actually, depending how far it is. This box contains ram jolt and medical forceps. The things in these boxes are not very special in any way. Yeah, I've got plenty of breath. Be okay. This is the most impressive looking box of the 3, and it contains a shortwave transmitter and a tyre iron. Of course it does. I'm going to go back to the beach and then I'm going to assess where I'm going next. Walking along the beach like this has actually worked out quite well. It was a tactic which I thought I would employ coming down here. For one thing, I'm on holiday, and what's a holiday without a beach? And for another thing, it just seemed the right place to go poking my nose around. No, that's nothing. I mean, there's a lot of false positives here. You know, you scan things and there's just nothing to them particularly. Also, I'm now thinking I did want to have a look around that pier, but I've been on that pier before. I've been on the upper deck of it. I've not been in the waters around it. It's another of those carrier bags. The things are everywhere. They must have been giving them out at some local place, and that's how they've all ended up here. I don't think they've washed up. I think they've just been left. What I've got to be mindful of entering this particular area, and this is why I think I'm going to go swimming again, is this doesn't belong to me at all. This area is very much claimed by scavs, and every one of these sort of beach hutty housey things looks like it's occupied. I mean, this is very much staking out their territory here, isn't it? If I was to encroach within that, I think they would not like it. This one is Valentino's. Seasoned thugs apparently also need holidays, and gangoons too. So on that basis, I'm going to hit the water. And there's a staircase going down the far side of the pier there. Is it? Or is it not? Is it actually a optical illusion? No, there's something there. Let's swim. What the heck? I have no idea how long this episode's going to be. And you're right, I could cut this stuff out, but it's fun not doing that. It's actually more fun swimming underwater than it is swimming on the surface. Look how it shoals this. Look how deep it gets over there compared to as it shallows up towards the beach. I call it a beach. It is a beach actually, isn't it? I think it's the nearest thing I've seen to a proper full-on beach. There is a kind of platform there, although whether I'm going to be able to get out onto it is another question. I bet I can't. I very bet I can't. I'll go and have a go at it because there's a load of boxes on it, and they might be scannable, who knows. It's quite deep here actually now. I was saying it wasn't, but it rather is. Here we are, we're coming up under the platform. That's a good view, isn't it? That's a great bit of animation. I don't think I can climb out. Unless there's a ladder, I think I'm stuffed here. I would like to get to see what's on it, as I say, because of these boxes, but oh no, and there's a ladder. How thoughtful, devs. There are several ladders. I have a body. I've literally just found a body. No. How can this person be here? I've been here before. How have I missed a body? I've been up there. I've been all along that pier. Have I missed this? Am I dreaming or what? This is new. There's a shard. I have a shard. Drowned man's note. Do you have an identity at all? He has no identity, but the note is here. Drowned man's note. I was so close. Thousands of caches and stashes, all marked with that tantalising question mark, the mark of smugglers. But in the end, it was always the same. Broken nets, fishing rods, hooks and lines. It's a game, a cruel, ludicrous game. One genuine find for every 1,000 fakes, one ace, for a deck of spades, a queen hidden within a swarm of pawns. I promised myself I'd find it, even if it cost me my life. Thousands of stashes, and I only have one left. But the exhaustion's gotten to me. I can't go on. This obsession has destroyed not only my mind, but my body too. Bitter frustration is all that remains. If you find my note, finish what I started, find the cache with the question mark. It's under the southernmost pillar of the NC Ring Road overpass that joins Haywood to Pacifica. Don't let my hard work be in vain. It is where? It's under the southernmost pillar of the NC Ring Road overpass that joins Haywood to Pacifica. I need a map. What can he be talking about? Is this the overpass? This must be the overpass. So, let us zoom in. These are the supports. Well, that's the... No, hang on. Is that the southernmost one? That's surely the southernmost one, isn't it? Where am I? I'm here. Well, I mean, there are supports everywhere. There's one there. There's one there. No, they're northern ones, aren't they? So southernmost... Perhaps he means on the southern side of the road. Maybe that's what he means. It can't be that one. Can it? And he can't mean down here. No. Surely not. Can I ask these two people? No, I don't think I'd better. I don't even think they're going to talk to me. Hi.
Hola.
Hi there to you too. How's your friend?
Look at this big badass motherfucker.
Thank you so much. Is it me you're talking about? I mean, I can never be sure when people say things like that.
Hace poco?
Am I new here? I'm new right here. Yes, on the very end of this. Alright, let's try to do this. Let's try to work this out. So thing one, I'm betting it's not going to be scannable, is it? No, it's not. So there's a support there. There's a support there. And then the next one is completely round the bend. So into the water we will go. I'm going to swim to the first of the supports that are on the southern side of the road. The water is suddenly very blue. It's been extremely brown up to this point, and now it isn't. I don't even know what I'm looking for. A cache. Yeah, it's an optical illusion, isn't it? The surface of the water is brown. The sky is blue. Normally the sea takes on the reflection of the colour of the sky. And yet it's blue beneath. I have nothing here. This is the first of the southern side pillars. It wasn't the very best of descriptions that he left. It was a little bit vague. The definition of what he meant by southernmost. I am here. I'm up again it. There's nothing. I'll swim round it. But there's nothing here. I'm scanning too. Nope. I mean, there's some stress cracks, which I think could do with looking at by an engineer. I'm not an engineer. I have nothing there. I'm entering a new area, the Glen. What's my next thing to do? Is it this one? I'm trying to work out where I've just come from. I came from over there. There's the platform. These waves are getting a bit much, if you don't mind me saying. So this is the next southernmost one. And then after that, I don't know where we go. Because I think it's that one over there. Kind of in the middle of these two that you're looking at the moment. Could be. I've got a ruined car over there. Hang on. What's this? Nothing. This is nothing. Don't go too deep. I don't want to drown here. Alright, we're on the approach to pillar number 2 and we've got scannables. I can't... They're boxes. Are they on the seabed? They can't be on the seabed. It's a long way down. Let me just show you how far down it is. I'll go down and show you, since you asked. That's clever how his eyes can't focus on the bottom until he gets close to it. Ooh, this is very much full of rubbish that's landed here over the ages. Here's my boxes. They are suspended beneath the surface of the water. There are 3 of them. I'm not even going to attempt any of them. On drums with chains attached. We found the mysterious final cache. I'd have to say that the colour of the identifiers is, well, that's a purple one. That's not so bad. Isn't making me feel too excited. Soldering iron on the shortwave transmitter again. Oh, was that it? There were only 3 of them, weren't there? We've been and done it. We have been and done it. I need to get out of the water. Let me just get out of the water anywhere I can here. Well, I mean, it was another mystery. It was another thing, wasn't it? So I'll take that. That's okay. I know I've got messages piling up, by the way, in my inbox. That's fine. That's very odd though, because I'm sure I've been on that platform before and I don't think there was anything there last time I went down there. I mean, come on, memory fails me. It's been 60 episodes. I haven't been here that many times, but the time I did come here, I definitely went on the pier. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that I don't know. I need to find some stairs. I am going to get back to the road and then I'm going to find my map. Let me climb up here. I've just spent a little while in my map. The thing was this, I don't know this area terribly well at all. I haven't been here that many times, as I've just said. So I was looking for the fast travel point nearest to the location that I want to go to next, not because I was going to use the fast travel point, but simply as a geographical aid to location. And it was Chapel that I was looking for, so I went all the way down here and found this one, and it's the GIM of course, and then I went further down and I've looked around all around this area. That's the one for West Wind Apartments. There's one down here which is Longshore Stacks. I'm miles away from where I need to be. The one that I wanted wasn't this one, this is Batty's Hotel, it's the one next to me, Chapel Fast Travel. And then after I'd found it, I thought to myself, do I drive there or do I walk? And the walking could be tricky, but I'm going to walk instead. Rather than going down the map and around the bottom there, I'm going to go up the map and across the top. Because I do seem to be using different modes of transport today. I've swum most of the places I've been, let's be honest. Also, the motorcycles have been extremely useful, particularly Scorpion's Apollo. That's going to get used again in the future. I think I've got to go up to that road there. This way, I want to say. It's looking promising. I think so. I mean, there's nothing here. I feel a bit, cut off from the world. This is the sort of place where I would expect to find some skullduggery happening, but no, it's just nice. It's just a green spot. Someone could peacefully come here and have their lunch, could they not? If they were so inclined. I think I'm back on the road. If I jump over here, I think I'll know where I am. Oh yes, I remember that gunfire.
I'm killing myself.
I remember it well. Oh dear. Alright, at this point I think I'm going to... Yeah, do you know what? I think I will. I think I'll go on the map and I'll mark that fast travel point there so that I don't get lost, because I'm facing the wrong way at the moment. That I do know. I know I'm facing the wrong way. It's alright. It just helps me see which way I've got to go. Yeah, I mean that's...
I'm under fire.
I don't want to get close to that actually. I don't want to at all. Would it be alright if I rode on the top of your car? I'm trying different modes of transport today. Oh, heaven. Oh, we're off. We're going. I don't want to go that way. That didn't work, did it? Oh dear. And now I'm in the central reservation area, which is not safe. Do you know, I think I'm going to abandon this. I think I'm going to abandon trying to use the road at all. I'll just go on the paths. I might even take a shortcut, actually. Let's see how we're looking. I know roughly where it is. It's over there, look, off to the right, so I don't really need to go down this slope at all. I literally could take a shortcut. I'll take a shortcut. I'll make a beeline for it, as they say. I'll use the stairs, though. You know, I wouldn't want to get run over. I wouldn't have an accident falling down the stairs. This I will do. It's right in front of me. Pacifica Serenity Bible Church. Okay. Oh. Someone's been killed by a tank explosion. Is that what this is? Oof, there's another one there. Hope it's not getting too warm. Is that what it looks like? One of these things goes off on a concrete surface, on like a roof structure. And I have a body next to a bunch more that haven't exploded. Well, I might as well loot you while I'm here. Archive conversation. Okay. I'm always up for an archive conversation. Archive conversation, Lauren Murphy and Artem Melnick. Lauren. Hey Artem, heard you can get your hands on a bomb for me. Artem. You heard right. Lauren. Well, I need the kind with maximum up payload. Artem. Can I ask what you are up? Lauren. A church. Artem. A church? Lauren. Yeah, a church. Artem. That one in Pacifica? Lauren. That's the one. Make the voodoos go boom booms. Wait for 'em to pile in. I get on the roof. Then out of there. Artem. How the can you get up on the roof? Lauren. The way one normally gets on a roof. Artem. Why not put the bomb in the church or below it? Lauren. Why all the questions? It's a roof bomb. End of discussion. Make death rain from above. Artem. But the building won't collapse. Lauren. You don't know that. Artem. Yes, I do know that. Lauren. Just get me the bomb. Artem. You are a stubborn... Oh. Does this mean when I get to where I think I'm going, it's not going to be there anymore? Is that what this means? Oh, this place is just full of surprises. Okay, so someone's been up here recently too. Because look, all these bottles, and this is burning still. That's very recent then. I may be too high up here for my own good. I'm still following the path. I think I'm nearly there actually. Can I drop down here? Yeah, drop. That's alright, that was nothing, was it? I think I'm there. I think I'm literally just about there. I recognise bits of this. Yes, I do. There's stuff on the roof, I don't think.
All
Inhaling.
away. Fast as you can.
Smoke.
Mom, don't talk like that. You know it's not true.
What's not true?
Think I don't got eyes? Can see them streets emptying out. Less and less of the young folks.
Yes, we heard this
Because
discussion.
there's no future for us here. At least there's work in the city. A chance at a decent life. I'll make some real eddies in Halo. Have you move in with me there. It'll be better for us.
You tear someone up with their roots, they dry up. My home's here.
Ma, you can't. Never mind. We'll talk later.
And that they then did. Yeah, I think I've heard that conversation once before, a very long time ago. But it's emblematic, isn't it? A demonstration of how some people who are here don't want to be here. But you can say that at just about any place on the earth, can you not? Even those people who you think have idyllic lives and live in places that you would envy.
Animals are the craziest fucking gang in the city.
Oh, I've heard that said before as well. Let me get over this barrier. Here's where I want to be. The church. Well, it hasn't blown up. It's still here as far as I can tell. It's got a few cracks in it, but that's probably due to weathering and shrinkage. Now then, congregation. Okay. I mean, there isn't a service going on, but is that because they don't have them anymore? I really don't know.
Gotta bring some new flowers. Those ones are looking mighty sad.
Okay.
Should just get some fake ones.
Fake. Fake. Every damn thing in this city's fake. People are fake. Food's fake. At least let the flowers be real.
She makes a very good point. I don't know how much in use this place is just at the moment. There's a door I can open there, by the looks of things. I'm hoping there is. I could interview one or two of the people who are here. Hello, madam.
Oh, watch it. You'll swallow a fly.
In this place, I could well believe it. It doesn't look like the caretaker's been in recently. I mean, I don't like interrupting people who are in sort of having a quiet moment.
Piss off, slacker! Piss off, slacker! Another fucking weasel.
On the other hand, I can think of another reason not for interrupting these
See, I'm busy.
people as well. Yeah, I can see you're busy now. I really, really am very sorry to have disturbed you. I was just hoping to get some perspective on how the place is faring at the moment. Maybe this lady will talk to me. Hello?
We got a problem?
I hope not, although this place looks like it might have at the moment. I hear it just escaped one problem that I read about. Yeah, you wouldn't be standing there if you knew. Let me tell you.
You lost, honey?
No, not everyone is standing up. Some people are sitting. Hiya.
Why even try?
Because you must keep trying. That's the whole thing. You really must. You must not give up. Yes, persevere.
Oh, God. Nothing makes sense.
Well, I think most people think that at some point. You know, it's like a process of maturing, isn't it? When you reach the point in your life when you realise that, hang on a minute, none of this makes sense, and then you make sense of it, don't you? That's what we do. That's what we do. Each person makes sense of it in their own way.
Huh?
You weren't listening, were you? I wasted my words. I wasted my words. I should be charging for this. Good evening, sir.
It's important that you're good.
I try to be good. Constantly. I sometimes fail, it would have to be said. V has had some lapses recently. That's probably why he's here, actually. It seemed an appropriate place for him to come.
Hey, friend. You good?
You just asked me about that a moment ago. You have amnesia, or at least I think you do. I may have forgotten. Hi.
I'm not afraid of anyone, you know?
You shouldn't be, unless it's somebody who's much bigger than you, and armed, and angry. Yeah, that I would advise against. Or a bear. Be afraid of a bear. Bears are
I don't recognize you. Just passing through.
It's a disguise. I'm literally trying not to be recognised.
It's hot today.
It is. So why are you wearing that great big thick jacket thing? It's just an observation. Seriously, if you're so hot, then buy other clothes. Those trousers look like they'd be a bit sweaty too. Just saying. Ooh, earthquake.
What's your rush?
I have places to be. That's my rush. I'm leaving this place now. But first I will try that door at the bottom. I don't think scanning is going... No, I don't think it is. I don't think scan's going to reveal anything. They seem to be, I was about to say, economising on electricity at the moment. There are glow sticks everywhere. And I don't think that's for effect. I think that's out of necessity. I have doors. I can open the doors. Well, there's electricity to run the background control centre. You see, this is too much for a church, don't you think? Don't you think? This is classic Voodoo Boys, isn't it? And it looks like I am denied entrance to the lower levels. Yeah, I figured that might be the case. Still, it has been an interesting revisit. The place has changed significantly. It has changed, actually. I just don't get the feeling that it's as vibrant as it used to be. Right, now from here, where I want to go is back to the road. And now I am going to call a bike. So I will, because I might be heading down to the beach again to go the other way to do some exploring in that direction, I'm going to call Scorpion's Apollo, my bike of choice. Come on, boy. Stop, 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 stop. Don't do that, it just burns rubber. There's no need for it. Tyres cost money. They cost me eddies. What's my quickest way to the beach from here? Probably through the car park area down here, if memory serves. That's somewhere else I've been before. Isn't it just here? Yes. This is it. I am turning right. Oh, now if I remember... Yeah, I was about to say, who are they? Who are you? It's scavs. I'm not looking for a fight on that scale. That's a lot of scavs. Will they just let me go down the stairs? Maybe? Yes, they will. I'm heading towards the beach. That's where I'm going. I have some more stairs. Basically, I think I'm about here. Oh.
We're queens, babe. Ain't nobody gonna take that away from us.
Yeah, and tomorrow the gym. A little shopping, but just the basics, you know?
Avanti dress. And I'm gonna get some caviar. Always wanted to try that shit.
Used to think it was like scent caffeine, like Caf ER or whatever.
We'll go. We'll try everything. And boosters in a glass with a little palm tree.
You gonk! Palm trees were in the ad, not in the glass.
Whatevers. We'll go to the gym and spend like a bajillion eds.
I can't!
Isn't that very sad? They're kind of having dreams, aren't they? They're sitting in front of this empty, ruined pool, which has had stuff thrown into it. You've got the remnants of the parasols that were around here. The place is entirely overgrown now. It's being reclaimed by nature. Look at it. On the outskirts of the GIM. That's really rather sad. They're never going to come true, these dreams. They know they're never going to come true, but on a daily basis they probably have the same conversation of what they wish they could do. That's that colourful van over there, I've just realised. I haven't seen that in ages and ages. Yes, it's the one that
You want blood? Is that why you're here?
beat on the brat Pacifico. I've just... Ozob? No, this is not Ozob, is it? Is it Ozob? Oh my heaven. It's Ozob Bozo. Beat on the brat Pacifica. Of course. That gig's been in my list for I don't know how long. And it's defaulted to it. It's defaulted to it. Beat on the brat Pacifica. Talk to Ozob. A throwdown in Pacifica her. Wonder who you're up against. I'd say a Haitian, though I guess that much is probably obvious. Careful, those Pacificans don't fight for first blood, they fight for last blood. I know this. And Ozob is my ringmaster for this fight. Hey!
Hey! Ha ha ha!
He remembered.
What a coincidence!
Hi. Hang on a minute. I'm not fighting Ozob.
I see you're in your element here.
Yeah, well, I love to entertain, put on a show. Could say I'm a clown at heart.
Mm-hmm. Meaning we gotta keep you far from kids' B-Day parties.
Can't argue with that!
That's actually funny. No, I'm not fighting Ozob, am I? Is this woman here something to do with it? Or is she just standing there? You know you said you like to put on a show. There's no one here. Can I just point out, we have a crowd of 0. They're not even paying attention. They're having a conversation. No one's here to watch this. I'm fighting you.
So it's you I'm fighting.
Depends.
On what?
If you want to get splattered. If so, then lace up, lay down some cash, and let's have some fun.
Oh, hang on. Now I can decline this. It wasn't on my sort of overall plan of activities. I'm just heading for the beach. But on the other hand, I've got to do it sooner or later. So what about the grenade nose?
Explain the nade nose?
We've had this explanation before.
What about it? It's where it's always been.
It's back,
Right,
you mean?
Say someone were to give it a good poke.
Silly question. It does what all grenades do. So, you know, game plan accordingly.
So bop him on the nose. I mean, how many eddies have I got, please? 273,000. Oh no, 2 million, I beg your pardon. 2 million, of course, 731,538 I've got. So I can afford 32,000 eddies. Although I'm not I'm not a fighter. Oh god.
If we're doing this, it's for serious scratch. I'm up in the stakes.
That's true.
Oh, I see you're not joking around. No problem. I'll sweeten the pot.
Good.
Come with me.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This woman's got to be connected to this.
You two are ready to start?
She is. Is that it? Is that all you're saying? No fight clean? No punching? Whatever it is they say. Not punching. It's a boxing fight. They're not going to say no punching, are they? Oh dear. I can't remember how to do this. How do I get my hands out? No, that's a gun. That's a gun too, isn't it? Stop it. Put your guns away. I can't remember how to do this, so this might not end well. Let's go.
Yeah, ready as I'll ever be.
Block and punch. Basically, I've got block. Okay, I've got block. Ooh. Okay, he's on 91%. Oh, I caught him. He's 87. I'm from behind. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that, but I did anyway. He's on the ropes. Oh no, I'm on the ropes. Haymaking. Push. 63. Oh, I think I caught one there. Ow, I've got to be careful. Ooh, he's chasing me. Bop. No. Whack. Get away. I sound like a duck. Quack. Oh, I had a golden opportunity from behind. 59. I'll take this. He's going slowly. Miss me. Oh, but I didn't miss you. Oh, ow. I think he blocked most of those. Time I did some blocking. Oh, I caught one. No. I'm leaning away from him. I've just realised on my chair. Oh, that was good. We got a combination together. Yes, and again. And again. Oh, he's reeling. He's on 23%. I'm literally leaning backwards and I cannot stop myself. Push. And watch out.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
V is your winner by technical knockout.
Yes, technically I
Get out of here.
technically I think I did knock him out.
Thanks. And hey, listen, I'm not the one who lodged that grenade in his face.
No.
Just get lost, okay?
Ozob. Oh, okay, well I've completed the job. Ozob's no more. Ozob's less than, well, he's more than half the money he used to be, actually. Oh, Coach Fred. What's this? Oh, Coach Fred. Heard that Gonk's head exploded? I just wish I'd seen it. You sure know how to please the crowd, V. You say that, but literally, there is no crowd. There's no one here. Actually, there's a few people who are now cowering because I'm guessing the explosion was so loud, it stunned them. But it's not really. Oh yeah, hang on. No. There's more of a cloud than I let on was there. So yeah, all right. We didn't die in vain. Well, he didn't die in vain. Have I taken my money? Is that it? And do you know what I'm going to do here? Let's just have some Respect for the dead, please. Here lies Ozob Bozo. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to go back to my bike because actually, when all this began, before I met these people talking over here, I was on my way to the beach. I got off my bike to listen to them, and everything else followed. So let's head for the beach. I think I can get down here. Oh, hang on. There's something wrong with my bike. It's not biking. Oh, what's going on here? I can't go that way. I can't go that way. This is really weird. I might have to go on foot. For some reason the bike wouldn't follow me. I don't understand why. Okay. Right, maybe I need to recall the bike down here perhaps. Is that what it is? This is a very closed off area. I've kind of been round the back of the GIM before, so it's familiar to an extent. It is, but not as near as you think. There's a lot to go yet. I think I can probably therefore recall my bike here. Let's try this and see if it works. I will recall because it's not damaged in any way. Scorpion's Apollo. It says I'm down here. Where have you been? I've been waiting for you. Oh God! What just happened? What was that? What occurred? This is the strangest thing I've ever experienced in the game. I'm walking towards Scorpion's Apollo, intending to get on it, and something is knocking me over. I'm saying that should not be happening. No, okay, this should definitely not be happening. There's some sort of glitch going on here. I'm getting thrown backwards by the game. I don't understand why that is occurring. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause. I'll save the game and then I'll reload the game and see if that has gone away. I'll be back with you in a second. Testing, testing. I made a save, I've reloaded it. I'm almost apprehensive about trying to walk to the bike. It's fine. Yeah, I thought it would be. It's just a glitch. I think it began up on the upper level where I was trying to ride the bike down here and it wouldn't let me, and I couldn't work out why it wouldn't do that. All I want to do is to get down onto the beach. I have explored all of this area of beach, including the area under the pier there that we've been to. We've looked at that camp under there. I want to go the other way, to the opposite end of the beach, to where it won't let me go, I guess, any further because the beach runs out. Here I am passing the remains of our intrepid motorcyclist, and then I'm off to see Misty. Misty's character, hi guys, oh nice spray painting. Misty's character I find interesting because she could have been a very major character. I think she's interesting enough, she's very distinctive, there's no one else quite like her in the game, but I don't know why it was that her character didn't develop beyond that point. Maybe it's because she was essentially the other half, the other part of... oh no. Oh, not again. The other part of the Jackie questline story. And I think it's pretty sad in my mind that her role is kind of a supporting role, because she could easily have been fleshed out for me into a major character and have been that supporting, partnering voice for V, the kind of best friend that he almost had in Jackie. It would have developed that way, I think, had it gone on much longer, but could now have had in Misty instead. And I found a body. Excuse me for stopping, there seem to be a lot of them. I've got some Paul Knight consumable, which I'll just take. And what was that? I have an archive conference. I have some Bolshevik vodka, lots of alcohol here, and 1,724 Eurodollars, and an archive conversation. Everyone here's got a story to tell. Archive conversation, Yelena Oblonisk, is that? And Adam Gepek. Yelena, where are you? You're supposed to watch me do the impossible. She's misspelling like nobody's business here in her texts. Adam, ah ha ha ha, where are you, Yela? We're sitting here drinking and just noticed we downed half a Bolshevik. You wasted already. Yelena, just drank a little. Now I'm going on the roller coaster because I'm hardcore. Adam, you're a crazy, you know that? Come over here, you skull sponge, so you don't hurt yourself. Hello? Earth to Yelena? No, she went on the roller coaster as well. I'm guessing when she says I'm going on the roller coaster, she went on the roller coaster walking like I did. And she may therefore have fallen off. Yelena. I reckon that's what she did. I think she fell off there and landed here because she was drunk as a skunk. God, the number of stories on this beach. I mean, I am riding on the bike because I wanted to give this bike, which is used to sand, let's be honest, an outing on the sand. But I've got to be careful because not only is the beach very occupied at both ends, it would appear, but I don't want to miss anything either. Maybe I can scan as I go. Yeah, I don't think I've got that far to go on this side. I'm going to need my map sooner or later. Oh, it's a detectorist. Let's quickly chat. Beep beep. Sorry, I may have just upset your detectoring. Oh, careful though, there are some gangoons over there. Hi. Found anything interesting today? Oh, she doesn't look like a friendly detectorist. Nope, she's not. She's a detectorist of few words.
Okay. What do you want?
I was just going to ask if you'd found anything today. She's made it disappear. It's just vanished. Her equipment collapses to a very small dimension so she can hide it in her apparel when she's confronted by people like me. I don't want my stash. Asking what it is she's up to. There are a lot of people here. That guy's kind of just picking stuff up. These people are sifting through stuff that's washed ashore by the looks of it. There are containers here that seem to have washed ashore. I've got to be careful because I'll ruin the tyres on it. I know it's meant for this kind of terrain, but I probably ought to have a quick scan just to make sure there's nothing here worth grabbing. I'll park up. I don't think they'll object. We're all in this together, aren't we? Maybe I can give myself a vantage point here if I climb on top of this container, which has nothing on the top of it. There is absolutely very little of interest apart from that, whatever it is, which I'll go and have a look at in a moment. Whenever I see something yellow like that, I think it's going to scan and reveal something about it, and it doesn't always work out that way. You see that car over there, look, is glowing in the same sort of yellow way and tells me what it is. A Quartz ECL R275 rear wheel drive, in production till 2077. Horsepower 162. The first sports car released by Archer in production since 2041. I've heard that. And then I see this, which is also yellow but it doesn't scan, and this, which looks a bit yellow but doesn't scan. But there was something here. You watch, it's going to be food. Perfume. Ah, perfume. I won't tell Panam where I got it. There are certain secrets we have to keep. And that's one of them. Get off my bike. That is not for scavenging. This is not for you. I suspect I'm not going to find anything terrifically of interest down here either. Although that large container over there is a little bit mysterious. I can't resist looking. I'm sorry. There's probably not going to be anything here apart from this rubbish which seems to be floating above the surface of the soil. That's spooky. Yeah, it's pretty much of a muchness, I think. It's just all this stuff has washed ashore on this corner of the beach, and it's not really beachy anymore. This is definitely the less desirable end, don't you think? The far side of the pier, the beach was quite nice. There's a little bit up there, doesn't look too bad. That's quite sandy. Yeah, there's nothing to see there. There's nothing to scan. But this is where the majority of the heavy stuff washes up, and this is where the people who scavenge this sort of thing come to find it, because they know that. They know this is where it is. You do have to be careful though. Not everyone is just an NC resident. There's a lot of gang people down here. Get on your bike. I'm going to go under the underpass here, I think. Let me just check the map. Ooh, somebody just showed up there when I did that. Where am I headed? Yeah, I'm going to go under there and see what's the other side, but I think I'm almost at the end of this. I think. Okay, assault in progress. Get off your bike, quick. We're going to have to intervene. Weapon. 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 Oh, he's shooting. He's hitting that person. Stop doing that. Don't even think about it. Who are you? These people I'm taking on. They're animals. Wow. They fought like animals. Well, some of them did. Others of them didn't fight too well. I'm being extremely forward here and moving on and taking them. Economic use of firepower.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I've actually rescued a civilian by doing that. That's terrific. There's stuff to loot. I'm going to loot. Let's loot all the bodies first. Some Eurodollars. Oh, hello. He may not have been one of the bad guys. Ooh, okay. So I may have rescued some, but not all of the people who were affected by this assault in progress. Is that what you're telling me? Now I don't feel so good. I mean, it's always good that someone survives. It's even better when they give me some shotgun ammo, which I don't really use, but, you know, I'll pick it up anyway. There's going to be a body over there that's highly lootable. There, that one. So I'll do that in a moment. But first I'll continue to... That's a good pose. We have an archive conversation. Okay, let's do this one. Archive conversation, Sheila and Keenan. Sheila, why aren't you answering? Keenan. Expletive. Keenan, you even know what time it is? Sheila, sure I do. And I know who ordered the hit on Logan. Keenan, exclamation mark. Who? Sheila, some chick, Monica Steiner. Keenan, that guy's mum? Lenny's mum? Sheila, yep. Knows things are heating up, wants to skip town, paid some smugglers. Gotta get a crew together, catch her before she flies. You in? Keenan, sure am. Sheila, cool, be there in 10. Okay, so that's part of the story, I'm guessing. Tier 1 components. I've missed something behind me. Who did I not loot down here? Was it you? Was it you? It was. I'll go up to the top and loot that one that was the furthest away that I dealt with. And then I'll come back for the body that looks like it's going to have something to tell us. Thanks for that. And the body is behind me. There is this one as well, which I'll take. And then we'll head to the one with the marker. All right. Scan reveals this person to not be identified. Tier 5 components, 25 of them, and a skill shard. Tier 4, Tier 3, and an archive conversation. Monica and Nina. Let's read that. Archive conversation, Monica and Nina. Monica. Hey, sent the scratch. Nina. Okay, get ready. Grab a gun, goggles in case there's a sandstorm, week's worth of food and water. Monica. Alright. Listen, can't be sure someone won't follow me. Nina. Not good. Who? Monica. Animals. Nina. Very not good. What did you do? Monica. One of them killed my son, so I took his life in exchange. An eye for an eye. Nina. Girl, these are the things you mention up front. You're radioactive now. I'd be wise to cut loose here, but whatever. We'll see what we can do. Monica. Appreciate it. Nina. See you in 2 hours. Overpass. El Camino del Mar. Don't be late. Oh, very dear. And I've just noticed that my gig thing has defaulted to meeting Hanako at Embers. Let me just pop into the journal. Someone in the comments pointed out that Hanako has been waiting at Embers a very, very long time. Months of gameplay, in fact. She's been waiting there at Embers. And I kind of am aware of this. I do understand. So yeah. Right, where's my bike? Give me back my bike. Here is... That's not my bike. I've lost my bike. Where's... I can't remember where I put my bike. Man. Hang on. I'm finding bodies in places I didn't know they were. Which end of the overpass did I come in? That end. Not this end. I'm still picking stuff up that I thought I'd cleared everything up. I've done nothing of the sort. Right, here we are. Here we are. There's my bike with the thing denoting this is your bike. Joseph, Eurodollars, never say no. Never say no. Get on. I don't know where this... Can I go this way even? Let me see if I can navigate through this tunnel of death as it is now. And out the other side. Yeah, I can. Excellent. Right, we'll continue along here. There is a shoreline. Still. What was that? Okay. Excuse me a minute. Yeah, we're not doing that today, are we? Oh, I can't shoot for toffee. That's better. There, you didn't have to land on the person. That's probably not done them any good at all. Oh. Together in death, as the blood sinks into the sand. Yuck. Alright, let's go back to the bicycle with a motor on it. I am heading... I'm going to put that away. I'm going to head that way.
Disturbance reported in Pacifica. Any available units?
Roger that, dispatch, but we'll need backup.
I think I might be the disturbance.
You there?
Oh gosh.
Not again.
You see, what did I do wrong there? I intervened to save someone from a beating. Didn't I?
Code 0. I repeat, Code 0 in this area. All units resume normal duties.
I'm glad you said that. I think it was a mistake on your part issuing that alert in the first place. Mercman's on holiday, but he's still Mercman. He still can't stand by and just let these things happen. You know? Oh, it's another detectorist. Let's see if this one's any more friendly than the last one I spoke to. Probably not. Maybe if I approach more gently. Oh, perhaps he's detecting me. Could be the relic chip setting it off. Hi.
Don't look at me like that.
You see, they are very touchy, these people. They always think you're trying to steal their treasure. I think that's what it is. Is that what it is? Oh. That could be my shoes, actually.
What? What?
I'm just trying to show an interest in what it is you're doing. I find it fascinating. You never dig any holes, though. You find these little noises, but you don't dig for victory. Mm-hmm. You really should. You should see what's down there. You could be in for a shock. It could be life-changing in some way. Isn't that why you do it? the hope, you know, of finding one of these things one day. I'm scanning the shoreline here, but it's a very different shoreline to the other one. I literally don't think there's anything here. This is how this is meant to look. This is meant to be the forlorn end of the world. I mean, I've reached the wall. So, oh, hang on. Yeah, okay, I've literally reached the wall. The game's going to turn me round. If I keep going, I think the game will turn me round. Will it? Yes, it's turned me round. It's turned me around. What can I say? I need to get out of here and up onto a road then, because I think that's the end of my exploration and it's time to maybe go and see my girl. Go see Misty. I'm not sure I can even get up here. This is the right bike for it though. This is the exactly right bike for it. Brilliant choice of vehicle for just this purpose. There's a road here. Why don't you use the road, Clive? It's just a giveaway. Oh, I know where we are now. Okay, but I'd rather be on a road, a proper one. So can I drop down and go round that side? Is that roadage too? I think it might be. I could be dreaming. It's time. It is time to go to the journal and select Misty. Right back up to the very top of here. Tomorrow never knows. 4.2 kilometres away. It's time to go see what the girl has to tell me. I think I'm going to ride this down to the road, but then I'm not going to ride it all the way there. I think I might be tempted to take a car. The bike has done its job. I wanted it to be the vehicle that I could use on sand, and so it turned out to be. I think Scorpion would approve. If he knew that's what I'd done with his bike, I think he'd be okay about it. Yes, there is a car job over there. No, I'm not going to be doing it because we're on an off-grid today. Dangerous. Oh, wrong. PT Malone again. I'm going to let that go into my messages store and I'm going to summon a vehicle. I think for this drive back through the city, I'm going to take the 911 Turbo because of where we're going. Misty will be so impressed. I'm not even sure she knows I've got this car. I think she went into her hibernation mode long before then. So much has happened, Misty. I've got so much to tell you. We need to sit down and have a cup of some refreshing and nutritious beverage, which no doubt you will be able to.
Hey, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. Is how I'm feeling. A tiny bit of trepidation about what she might tell me to do with these tarots. Heaven knows I've been collecting tarots for a very long time with no reference at all. I've just had my own mind to try to make sense of them. We're keeping out of that. That's nothing to do with us. Pacifica? Oh, let me out of here. Get me back to Night City where I know all the gangsters. Oh, careful, Clive. Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for asking, Johnny. I really do think what I said was, about her character is true. How would they have fleshed it out, though? What would they have done? Could she have been this kind of inexperienced but well-meaning friend, the sort of balancing voice? I don't think Johnny's is a balancing voice for V at all. If anything, Johnny's is a voice that needs to be balanced. His influence upon V could have been catastrophic at various points. I don't think he's always had the best of advice to give. Am I going up here? I think I am. Yes, it's the furthest road on the right. So yeah, it would have been great to have had Misty around in that regard. But she's just such a nice person. What is there to dislike about Misty? Nothing. Is Misty a genuinely good soul? Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes. She really is. I think it's a great shame, actually, that Jackie died. I think Misty could have been the making of him. But she knew. She always knew there was this possibility. She tried to warn him. It's what she does. She tells people, but she can only advise. If they're not going to listen, what can she do? But it was one of the best sort of instances of on cost of grief. I think she felt it as much as Jackie's mother, if not more, really, in her way. His mother had lived longer and she knew the score. She always feared that that was what would end up. In Jackie's case, that was how things would turn out. Please don't cut in front of me like that. It's not a good idea. But for Misty, I think it was more of a shock. She wasn't stupid. She knew he was living a dangerous life. And she probably had plans to somehow wean him off it. You know, she was hoping he would outgrow the excitement that he was feeling about going into the big leagues and all the rest of it. I don't think it impressed her at all, that kind of talk. She kind of saw that beyond that, there was a Jackie that she liked, admired, loved. That's the way I see it anyway. And it never came about. That's the tragedy of it all. She never got to see that at all. They say you shouldn't try to change people, but I think in Jackie's case it would have been an organic change. He would have wanted to grow out of that phase of his life. He couldn't go on being a gangster, really, forever. I always found it strange that she was attracted to him in the first place, but I guess that happens sometimes. I'm going to park here where there's no white line, because why not? It's 5:31 PM, so she shouldn't have too many customers. And here we go. It's been so long, I've got to try and remember how we get there. There is... Oh yeah, we can go down that way, but there's a side grating type door alleyway thing, is there not? Yeah, it's around here somewhere. This'll be it. So we could go down here. Shall we? Let's go down here. Ask Misty about the new tarot cards you found. Well, the place hasn't changed much. If anything, I would say there's more rubbish here than there was last time. I was outside Victor's clinic. The lady who usually sits there isn't there anymore, but it is 20 to 6, so maybe she's gone home. I'm assuming Victor is still Victor down there. I'm assuming Misty is still Misty here. Oh, must have been a while. Okay. What's happened here? I've turned up to talk to Misty, and Misty is still communing. Why is that? What have I done wrong? Is there anything in the descriptor for this that I've missed? I don't think there was. No. Ask Misty about the new tarot cards you found. But I can't ask Misty about the new tarot cards I found because Misty's not talking to me. I wonder if there's a glitch. It wouldn't be the first this episode.
What are you checking them out?
But they do happen. Do you know what I'm thinking here? Two things I'm thinking here. One is I'll try advancing time. Let's do this together. I'm going to skip time a whole day. Let's do 24 hours of skip time. That's not 24 hours. That's 2 hours. Let's do that again. I'm going to skip time, he said again. 24 hours. Ish. There we go. Okay. So now I'll go back in and we'll try that again and see if she's sprung to life. I have heard that advancing time, and I've used it before. Hi Johnny, what are you doing here? Oh no, don't tell me you've got the same problem. You can't be frozen as well. This isn't good. This is not good at all. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting to find Gary there, and if I had found Gary there, I'd know things were wrong. Misty has not moved a muscle. Right. Now, the other tactic that I've been told can sometimes work is to travel to a faraway place. You can fast travel, you don't have to drive there. Walk around a little bit, spend some time there, in other words, pass some time there, and then come back and see if things have changed. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave you for this moment. You can see there's a fast travel point not far away there. I'm going to go to it, fast travel far away, spend some time just driving round, walking round, passing time, and then I'm going to come back and see if things have changed. Wish me luck. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hello everybody. I've been very busy in the intervening time while we have not been together. Yes, I have picked this deliberately because I have a little story to tell you. I've tried numerous things in the intervening time. I've reloaded, I have relocated again, I've tried moving around, driving around, doing stuff. I have travelled back and parked up in different locations. You can see where I'm parked at the moment. I've tried approaching the shop from different locations. I have advanced time, and that's why in the message indicator there you can see it's leapt up to 6. There, I think all of them are from Longwood. I've just let them go into my message box for the moment. Nothing I've tried so far has actually worked. So this is going to be my last attempt today. I've got to call a halt at some point because otherwise I could simply just go on forever doing this. I'm hoping this time that approaching from this direction might make a difference. I don't know. It hasn't made a difference so far. One concerning thing, and I'm going to rush past the shop without even looking, because I don't want to know just at this stage. One concerning thing is that Johnny is still standing here. It hasn't made any difference to this. He is immobile. He is locked in this position. He has his label above his head. He is not talking to me. And I don't know what that means, whether that's significant in any way. I haven't got a clue. Okay, we're going to do this. Now, if it's worked, of course, Misty will be standing at her counter next to the computer, ready to talk to me, because that's where we've talked tarots before. If it hasn't worked, she'll be standing at the back of the shop, communing, and the answer is... Ready? She's still standing at the back of the shop. Yeah, I thought she probably would be. I would have been surprised, given the number of things I've tried, if this one had worked, because it's not significantly different. I've kind of run out of things to try, really. What I'm going to do at this point is to save the game, and then we'll do the outro. I just want to mention, though, that this issue of her communing has arisen in the past. It was several episodes ago, and it may have arisen more than once, because I've visited Misty's shop a couple of times in the past, and she's been communing. And when it's happened, people have said, oh yeah, don't worry about that. She does that sometimes. You can't always talk to her when you come to the shop. But at least one person said to me, there will be a gig eventually, there'll be an occasion eventually, where you are sent to the shop to talk to her, so don't worry, you know, it will kind of resolve itself that way in time. The unfortunate thing is that I've discovered it hasn't resolved itself. As you can see, she still won't talk to me, and I've exhausted everything I can think of to try. What I will do in the intervening time between now and next episode is to Google the heck out of this problem and see if any solutions present themselves, and I'll spend a bit of time trying to solve it. My thinking is, and weirdly, this kind of goes with what I was talking about, Misty being something of a peripheral character in the game. My thinking is that this is not an essential quest line, and it won't bar me from progress in any respect moving forwards. But again, I need to be sure when I Google this bug, which I think is what it is, that that is the case. Because only two things can happen here. Either I do get to talk to Misty and we talk about the tarots and she explains them to me, or I never get to talk to Misty and that bit of the quest and Misty's part in it finishes at this point and I carry on with everything else. As far as I can tell, it's a binary choice. I can't think of a third option. It has to be one or the other. So yeah, that's the point at which I'm going to stop for today anyway. So I will save the game and I'll be back with you in a moment. So that was episode 60, an off-grid episode. I've been waiting for a while to slot one of these in because it's a time since I've done one, and today's was just perfect. The main storyline is paused, the stuff with Mr. Hands and El Cap and all those things are in a position where they can wait, and I got to indulge myself, in other words, by exploring and investigating, which is my very, very favourite thing to do in the game. I chose Pacifica because it's an area I've not done this in particularly before. I chose the coastline because it looked barren, to be fair. I chose it because it looked just different. I hadn't done any waterside investigation of that sort ever, and hence it just seemed a good theme to use. They are very stressful to do. I've said this before about off-grid episodes because you're entirely reliant upon the map and crossed fingers to see you through. There is no structure. You don't have the main storyline where events propel you along. You don't have Mr. Hands telling you what you've got to do at the start of the gig and you then go and work out a way to do it. There is none of that. There is no structure. There's no skeleton there. It's simply a map. And that particular piece of map is fairly featureless when you look at it too. There's not a lot that shows up there. It would be tempting to assume therefore that you weren't going to find much, and that did not prove to be the case at all. The devs know, I think, that people like exploring, they like going off investigating, and they make sure that you don't have to walk too far or too long in any direction before you stumble across something that you're going to find fascinating, that's going to pique your interest and you're going to want to investigate. And that's what happened today. And in fact, based upon that, it makes me think now that the whole of Pacifica is probably riddled with little mysteries like the ones that I encountered there. If I can find that many just walking along the shoreline in an episode, then the rest of Pacifica surely must have these secrets to reveal as well. So that was great. I also got to do the terrific ride on the roller coaster. I will not forget that ever. The look on Johnny's face. Also, what was very clever about that was, I'm not too bad with heights myself, but you know, sometimes when you watch something on TV or you go over the edge of a cliff or something like that, you feel your tummy go, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. There was a little bit of that in the roller coaster, just a little bit. So I think the people who designed it and coded it and worked it out, how fast it would need to go, what the views would like to be like as you changed course as it went up and down. They did a terrific job there. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I did not go for the leap of death, which is what it would have been, towards the Ferris wheel for the reasons I've explained. My business here is keeping Johnny alive, not trying to put him in situations where, at my behest, he's risking death for minimal gain, really. I couldn't justify it in terms of the storyline and advancing his cause. He's not that flippant with his life that my V would do that. Now, I'm not saying that that is a pattern that has to be followed by anybody else at all. It's purely I've invested so much time in my V, getting to know him and his personality, and have him approach the game in a particular way that it felt authentic to me that he would shy away from that and say, I am not going to do that. Tempting as it is. I'm on holiday, I'm trying to be adventurous and investigate things, but even then, you draw a line at things where you're likely to flatline. Someone in the comments is bound to say, even if he'd fallen, you could have used your double jump to save you. I haven't practiced my double jump in that way. Certainly from that height, I wouldn't have a clue how to do it. So that was another reason why I wasn't going to do it. And if a further justification is needed, in the course of that episode, I encountered not one but two people who had fallen to their deaths from the roller coaster track. So yes, I think on that basis, I'm happy with the decision I came to. So we leave Misty right at the very end there as the one kind of question mark over that episode. Something I will look into between now and next, as I said. But the thing is, of course, the gig can just stay parked in my journal list undone up to the point where you get to see this episode and then you can feed back to me. And it's highly probable that I'll be doing other things by that time in the game, but I can always return to this if it turns out to be something that can actually be done. That would be nice if it was possible, but I'm not holding out too much hope at this stage, I think, because I've tried so many things. Hi everybody, it's me just beaming in from the future. Please excuse the different headset and the different sound to my voice. I'm in the middle of doing something completely unrelated to what I'm about to talk to you about, and you can guess what it is I'm going to say. In the intervening time between when I spoke to you last and now, I have found a solution to the missing Misty mystery. So I will be showing you what that is in due course. I'm not sure which episode it will be, because it will be when we return to Misty in her location. But yeah, I have got an answer for that. So please don't worry about telling me in the comments section about answers that you think I might need to know about. I'll share one with you for a change when we get the chance to do it. And with that, back to the video. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you for episode 61 really soon. Bye.